We need a Pokemon communist system. In the game, you take a quiz on Pokemon, and based on your answers in the quiz, like, oh, I just want a companion I can love, or it's just like, yeah, this Pokemon has the highest speed EV, this one has the highest, blank potential. It'll give you a Pokemon. If you want a cutesy cute Pokemon, you get a cutesy cute Pokemon. If you want, and you don't get to pick it, it just assesses you, and it's just like, if you want a high tier Pokemon, you get a high tier. If you're a garbage wannabe Pokemon trainer, you get a garbage wannabe top percent Rattata.
Here you go, Ash.
Although, I actually want to bring up, Brandon, there was a fan-made game called Pokemon Uranium, where it kind of...
Oh, I have one.
Yeah, Pokemon Uranium, you start off, your game gives you a quiz, and what you answer is which one of the 3 starters you get.
That's fair.
Although the 3 starters in that game, ironically, start off dual-typed, but they only evolve once, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's made by randos, so obviously the game design's a little funky.
Yeah, I've always felt... but the model design was actually really good, considering it was made based off of like platinum and stuff like that.
I always felt the Pokemon starters was grass as you're playing the game on easy, water is average, and then fire you're playing on hard. Of just like how they've designed the Pokemon games in terms.
And that's why I 420 Blaziken.
Wrong.
You're not wrong, but also I think it depends on the generation too. Out of the sheer factor of whatever your next gym you're going to be fighting, because again, Black and White is a sheer example of this. They made it balanced all the way around in terms of, oh, you're fighting the exact opposite of what you chose as your starter.
Also, Gen 2 is wrong, because if you pick Gen 2, I don't know about totality, but the first motherfucking gym is Faulkner. So he's all like, oh, you brought a Chikorita into my Pidgeotto den? Fucking get out of here, scrub.
It's just like, oh, you brought a grass type to a bird gym?
Bird fight? What the hell's wrong with you?
It's just like, snap feeding time.
Is JV, are you there? Or are you AFK?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, awesome. Alright, so everybody's here. We're about to get started.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it hasn't been too long where I lost my daily. I'm just logging into Smite real quick to collect my daily, and because I took a nap earlier, I hope it hasn't passed the arbitrary time limit and it resets.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I want my free gems.
Wait like 3 minutes. That's, we'll find a roomies.
Oh, no, start. I have 2 monitors. Don't wait for me.
I was gonna say, not like you need to look at me. Alright, so we are gonna get started.
After all, you are asleep.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Jackal.
Mm-hmm.
I was asleep. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was sleeping until like 10.
No, you are asleep right now.
Because, I woke up at
Wait, am I asleep right now?
No. Remember, Jackal left to go to sleep.
We're all asleep.
Alma left to go to sleep.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Oh my, I'm so confused!
Yep. Okay.
I had forgotten about that.
I was just heavy role-playing my character. That's what I was doing.
What is going on with this?
Alma was asleep, I sleep.
Okay. For some reason, I have, really... Okay, it's encoding frames. It's broadcasting at 720. Cool. I don't know why it's so low quality, but that's just on my screen. All right,
it's okay. You're just as ugly in low quality as you are in high quality.
Whoa! I feel like Willow is outside your window right now with a knife, just staring at it. And she's like, "Do it. The jail time's not worth it.
She's holy shit."
By the way, you were live streaming a Pokemon conversation. Hi, Willow.
Yeah.
We were live streaming a Pokemon conversation. Please don't send that.
We weren't talking about joining Pokemon ISIS. We were not. We want to stay in America.
No lawsuits, please, Nintendo. We love you.
We're joining the People's Republic of Kanto.
Oh boy, no! I wonder if she heard the part about the Eevee.
No, she did not. I did not.
That was the best part. Eevee is my favorite Pokemon.
I started broadcasting at I think Rob yelling, giving Garbodor to garbage trainers. But anyways.
Your connection to the server has been interrupted. Anything you do right now will attempt to send you to go back online.
We are officially live. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group D, Brothers in Arms, episode... Your connection to the server has been interrupted. Yeah, I just got the same thing. Episode 9, and we will see if my internet and Roll20 complies with us tonight. Episode 9, and
I just rolled.
hopefully...
Did anyone else see that, or...?
No, I did not see the roll.
Oof.
Yeah,
hey, let me try refreshing the page.
A lot of the times when this happens, it means Roll20 is having a problem, so I'm not going to exit out of it right now. But yeah, tell me if it lets you back in and if it works.
I'm back in, but it's like the map's not there. So it's taking its time to load.
Can you see your character sheet?
No.
Okay, cool.
But I do have my character sheet on D&D Beyond, so I'm aware of what I'm capable of.
Yeah, and I haven't closed anything, so I still have access to all your stuff. Okay, so that said, real quick, does everybody have dice in front of them?
No, I would have to go to my car and grab it.
I don't have a set of dice at all.
Okay, if you want to
1d6.
If you want to Google search Dice Roller or get one on your phone, you can. Otherwise, I can handle rolls for you guys if you want me to. But until Roll20 acts right, I will ask everybody who chooses to roll for themselves on the honor system. Otherwise, if you want me to, I can just roll for you. Anyways.
I'll just have you roll for me.
Okay.
I trust you.
I've got 5d20 in front of me, so... we are playing Dungeons & Dragons tonight. Dungeons & Dragons is a role-playing game. Everything you are seeing tonight is live storytelling. Nothing is scripted and anything can happen. We're playing in a homebrewed world called Ilderon. If you don't know what it is by episode 9, I encourage you to read our wiki. You can actually Google search us and we come up on results. So that's really
do we
cool.
Actually?
We do. It's different.
I'm testing this theory.
It's different for everybody. Willow gets something else than I get when I Google search. But if you Google search Ilderon Tales, then...
oh yeah, no, your videos are coming up. Top
yeah, boom. And then
moving up in the world.
Yeah, right below that in every video, the wiki is linked. So moving on from there, another disclaimer. Some students of mine have found my YouTube channel. I do appreciate you watching, but this is not family-friendly content, and I would encourage you to stop watching right now. If you show this to your parents or they walk in, you can show them this part right here where I said do not watch this, because it is rated mature for not everyone.
I'm sorry, I like swearing.
And moving on from there, this group, we're going to go around in a circle. You guys can give a short description of what you remember from last session from your character's perspective, and that lets me know how much I need to recap, and then we'll be jumping into the session tonight. So, starting with the oldest member of the party, and the oldest member of the party, Father Anderson.
Ryle's older than I am.
Oh, fair.
I think. I don't know, maybe he's a really young elf.
Father Anderson, what do you remember about last session, and what do you want to do this session?
I got into a wrestling match with a vampire, and he stepped, and I knocked his ass down. But then, because he's a vampire, he charmed our sorceress, who then portaled him to safety. And I've never felt more empty in my entire life. And my character's backstory involves the mass genocide of his entire people. And I now have a lantern that has a burning foot in it. A hammer given to me by a dead dwarf by as a proxy to my deity.
Hey, the map finally popped in.
That I'm not proficient in. And now, I'm getting shit from Kylus Atolls. And there might be an opening in the High Council soon.
Alright, moving on from the next eldest member of the party, it's going to be Marrow.
Which is very concerning considering on how many people were there before me.
It's cool, none of them died. Except Celebrus.
Well,
rest in
no.
peace.
Well, no.
Oh, and Octavia. Rest her soul.
Yeah, rest her. Let's lay her soul to rest.
I don't think Octavia's dead yet, though.
Oh,
Yeah, keyword is yet.
yeah, last session, Mara got charmed by the Vampire Lord that decided to have a wrestling match with Monk. And because of the majority of the fight being charmed, he thought it was actually just his two companions fighting each other. He then had to tell Octavia's brother, with the help of Father A, that his sister might be becoming a Terai soon, or a vampire.
Oh, that's a mild way to put
A
it.
vampiric thrall.
Yeah, with that being stated, he also reassured him that if Meryl comes anywhere nearby, either the vampire that she teleported off with, or her, he will be able to recognize her scent, because he has it permanently memorized. And now he's talking to a woman that he is concerned with because of the sheer factor of she does not know that werewolves are involved in the town slightly.
All right.
Just a little bit.
The next eldest member of the party is going to be Rael Caltris. Go ahead and recap from your perspective.
So Rael was a bit disappointed with the fight with the vampire, and it felt like they had it, and then losing Octavia was a bit of a blow. Catching up with Makana was cool. He liked meeting her and learning more about the Kalkin, and he's pretty keen just to gun straight for the Twilight Fang and Draylon and all of them. Then they went back, chatted with Oro, and Marrow sort of talked him down and gave him the news about his sister before he rushed off and went hunting for her. And then they met with the new High Counselor, which he was intrigued to meet and didn't like that much. And now he's pretty got his mind set on getting Octavia back.
Okay. And then finally, we have Jackal controlling Alma. Alma Uhir? Or O'Hare?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Alma Uhir.
Uhir.
Uhir. It's been a while since I've said my own last name. So, the fight with the vampire... Alma basically was just on support the whole time. He saw that Marrow got, enthralled and slapped some sense back into him.
Quite literally.
Quite literally. Then he denied Father A his death wish by completely healing him. And after that, he basically, after everything was said and done, he was like, I will help you get Octavia back for obligation's sake. I don't feel right just leaving her out to dry. And then he went to bed. Before Marrow did anything about her brother, who I don't know if Alma even knows exists at the moment.
No, he does not. Which is very entertaining considering you left without Marrow, and technically speaking, you should be under Marrow's watch 24/7.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's more on you.
Get it together,
Because
Marrow.
You're the one that left me unsupervised, but I also did tell you I was going to bed.
Yeah, so as long as you don't do anything, you had my trust and my, technically my, watch, which I'm pretty sure by now I can figure out your scent, considering how many
It's
times...
it's a very unique set.
And I'm pretty sure you're within 60 feet of me right now.
I don't know. Are you
It's a
within
combination
60
of
feet of my
sage,
bedroom?
rosemary, pompousness, and grave dirt.
Yeah?
Actually, you're not wrong.
Mostly grave dirt.
It is mostly grave dirt. Bit of an obsession, but you know, it's a healthy obsession.
I wouldn't call necrophilia a healthy obsession.
Hey, there's
You know,
nothing wrong with sexy Terai ladies. Speaking of which, let's get into the quick recap. Let's see. Just looking at the time. All right. Yeah. So you guys pretty much summarized it. Last session started off moving into the afternoon of the 10th of Hunter. You guys fought the Vampire Lord. Joseph Frith. He was working with the dwarf in some capacity that was agitating the spirit storm that you guys had slain. Before you could deal any final telling blow, ensuring his death, Octavia teleported away with his body, and nobody is quite certain of where they went. That said, you guys delivered the news to Oro, and Oro was upset over something else. He informed you that Ariana had taken a grisly blow on the battlefield, and she is incapacitated. And that he was kind of upset because he thought that was a reflection of his training to her, and that you guys have seen Ariana has demonstrated some combat prowess, and that in his words he quoted, "I did not teach her to drag her feet." And after giving him the news about Octavia, Oro went into the city and said he was going to have Alis try and scry on her, and he wouldn't make any moves to try and recover her without help, because he knows that he will need it. From there, the party left to talk to Ariana, and before before the whole party could talk to her, they were interrupted by Kaelissa Tolls. Kaelissa Tolls informed the party that she had lobbied and had been put in charge of Arter Sarai's security, and that her first action is going to be retaking the city of Hellenis, and then when the reinforcements come for the Royal Army, which will arrive at the end of this month, she is punching through the Alilnagian wall and taking the fight into Alilnagai. It is the evening of the 10th of Hunter. You guys are in the... Oh, gosh, we named this keep. Let this be a word to you. You should start D&D sessions out with your city notes. No matter how many times you DM Arter. It is...
It's like... Maybe even more so, because you're here so often.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, South Pell. You guys are in the keep of South Pell. And you are standing in... you're standing in the hallway with Lady Kaelissa Tolls. You have just shown her your burning foot. And she is going to put her hand over her mouth and say, what is that? And she's going to start walking past you and say, matters of arcane intrigue are to be brought to High Councilwoman Estelle. And she is going to keep walking by you guys.
I'm just gonna keep this held up for a second, look at it, and like, I might have to keep you.
Useful.
It's like, Mero wants one now. It's like, yeah, I don't like you, go away.
Y'all got any more of them burning foots inside a lantern?
Excuse me, shopkeeper, I need a burning foot inside of a lantern.
No reason.
I don't want you asking any questions, you know.
I'm also going to realize I don't know where High Councilwoman Anna Ostel is right now. Because Miss Tolls was not very helpful.
Do I see the guard? Do I see the chef guard anywhere, or can I smell him?
Smell the chef guard?
Do you smell biscuits?
Yeah.
Let me pull a percentage die. Because, I mean, they would rotate shifts, although it would be his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, heading upstairs to where Ariana has been staying, you are going to find him outside of her room. And let's see, how much extra security have they devoted to her?
I also am curious to see on how much he recognizes.
Oh, how much he recognizes you? So,
Yeah.
he is actually going to be up here, but he is not the head guard in front of the door anymore. There
Okay.
are going to be... I don't remember the names of the other knights, so I'm praying that I didn't have these people as nameless NPCs. Otherwise, we're just gonna roll them up randomly. Knight Captain, okay. Knight Captain. Oh, well, that guy is definitely not a captain.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
He's very dead.
Alright, and our Arter names. Man, so you guys have interacted with so many NPCs, I just constantly remember that I'm like, I don't even need my NPC page. But I do need it. There was a point in time where I had, like, 300 plus NPCs just saved in my memory of just like, oh, you guys are talking to that guy? Well, that guy's this guy because da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Ah, those were the days.
Those were...
Back when you still had trying to come up with more and more complex names.
No, my goal is just not for somebody to get interested in the campaign, watch all of these, and then message me, like, in the future and just like, hey, you know, in campaign 1, episode 2, you said the Knight Captain's name was... And I'm just like, yeah, sorry.
And then they become your girlfriend?
True.
Shout out to you, Willow!
Oh boy, I don't know if she likes that many shout out.
All right.
Well, that's too bad. I've already said it. It is out on the internet. It's forever out there. It cannot be erased.
So
that's a valuable lesson for your students.
Father A is going to recognize this guy. I did not write down his name, or I did not write down where I wrote down his name. He is the Knight Captain that you remember when Kadam killed Marcus, and he questioned you and me.
Yeah.
And then, oh, hey, Captain Tatum, Zenith Rise. I was just like, let me write it right here so I have it. Captain Tatum, Zenith Rise, Knight Captain. I am smarter than I thought I was. Look at that. So Captain Tatum is actually going to be in front of the door. And this is the Knight Captain that questioned you the day Marcus was assassinated.
Okay.
No, see, that's exactly the kind of thing I was worried about when you say, Father A would recognize this guy. I don't have a lot of friends.
I don't know a lot of people.
Father A, my friends consist of me and my adopted children, and that is it.
Right? It's like, what's the flowchart? Are you female? You might be a surrogate daughter. Are you male? I've probably harmed you in some way.
And then
at one point, at one time, you were probably hurt.
Like, my only male friend is Celebrus, and he's dead.
Oh boy.
Okay, so...
Ryle.
And Ryle, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, Captain Tatum is going to be standing at the door. He's got 3 knights with him and several guards. And among these guards are going to be the chef. The chef turned guard because extra security is needed. As you are walking through the hallway, approaching the door, he's only half facing you as he's like kind of giving orders to his guards, and he's gonna look back down the hallway, look to you and say, "Hail." And
like, oh god, it's them.
Yeah. Well, no, he knows. He
Marrow.
knows. No, he doesn't know Marrow. He knows Father A. And
he knows I'm a Knight of the Magnate. He also knows I'm not a hardened criminal.
Yeah, and he's going to say, I'm taking a hands-on approach with this one. Not losing another magnate this month.
How's that been working out for you?
And he's going to...
I'm not here. This is more...
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, he's gonna, like, to that, he's gonna be like, she's still alive, thank you very much.
Marrow's just gonna pull out his medicine kit, gesturing to it. Just pull out his medicine kit, like, gesturing it to say that he wants to see if he can help.
Let's see. So, he is going to... Oh. Chantry. I need to roll up a person for a Chantry real quick. Alright. 2 is going to be the Chantry of Unity. He's going to nod, and he is going to gesture to another person in plate mail armor, and say, we've enlisted a member of a sage of the Chantry into our ranks. We will not allow anybody within her presence who harbors any fragment of suspicion. The woman is going to step forward and say, it does violate some of our freedoms, but in Ililnagai they're more... they've incorporated magical interrogation into a lot of their safety precautions. Captain Tatum says we can't have any less than the strictest set of protections for our magnate.
Are they gonna subject me to Zone of Truth?
Are you asking that? Because it looks like that's what they're about to do.
I'm just gonna put a hand up. I need to see High Councilwoman Anna Ostel before somebody decides to subject me to Ililnagian customs. A thing I came to this country 2 decades ago to avoid.
Captain Tatum is going to say, you must understand, there are enemies of the Magnate that can wear any face they want. And he is going to nod and point down the hallway and say, she spends every night in the library until midnight.
Thank you.
The woman's going to step back to the door. Does anybody want to say anything else to them?
You're more than welcome to talk to Ariana, but I'm not going to be subjected to holy magic designed to get meaningless truths out of me.
Interrogator has to tell the truth as well.
The chief or the chef is going to say, "Well, it's not just holy magic. We need to feel your face too to make sure it doesn't shift."
I want to do that thing KG did, where I silently but firmly provide an intimidation check with my eyes.
And Mero's going to kind of visibly up.
Roll me an intimidation check. I mean, you guys know Tatum can literally be anybody.
Yeah, but that's not how it works. You don't feel shape. You don't feel a doppelganger. You know, it's not illusion. It's not like I had a disguise. But I'm just.
I mean, there are Dorians. What do they know about that?
Yeah, well, I'm done with your nonsense.
Mero's going to glare at the chef under his hood as a just
stupid intimidation being a charisma check.
Yeah, he's the chef's gonna say, sorry, Captain Tatum says rules are rules. Tatum's gonna nod and say, we're not losing another magnate. You guys hear Ariana scream from the other room. She's dead. No, I'm kidding.
We're not losing another. Oh, would you look at that?
Maybe you should have attacked her better.
Hey, 2 and 2 months is okay. 3 and 3 months is no good. She will make it through Hunter.
Between each other.
I promise you guys that she'll make it through Hunter.
Is she going to show up in Servant? Because my birthday's coming. I don't even know if Mero's going to make it through Servant.
It'll be funny.
Wait, and also, I'd like to point out, Mero is visibly bloodied right now. Like, he is visibly bleeding
Wait,
from
did I
his
not
nose.
heal you? I thought I healed you too.
No, you didn't.
No, you healed him a little. Armero healed himself a little bit. Alma healed him a little bit. But then Oro did like 20-something points of bludgeoning damage.
No. Alma didn't heal him at all. He only Father A, and Mero had to heal himself, and then Oro, he healed himself out of bloodied, and then Oro smacks him in the hilt with his sheath, causing him to get a very bad bloody nose.
Yeah. Alright, so Father A is headed towards the library. Is everybody else following? Or does anyone else want to say anything here?
Mero's going to actually try and get in to check up on the magnate.
Okay, and what's Ryle doing?
He'll step forward with Mero. He has nothing to hide.
Alright,
I have plenty to hide. Especially from that man.
No, here's the problem. Mero has plenty to hide as well. It's just the factor of he's more...
I killed the last magnate! I'm the reason that these are such strict security protocols.
We will not lose another magnate. Yeah, because I killed them.
We will not lose another magnate. Father A is like, oh, okay, so I'll just wait outside then.
We'll lose another magnate. I know. I'm not gonna kill her, and Gatum's cool.
Okay, so you guys are subjected to the Zone of Truth.
Zone of Truth, which Mero actually offers to cast it himself as well.
I don't think it affects you. Like, if you can't...
it affects everyone.
It does.
It affects everyone.
The thing is, I think only the person who cast it knows who fails it and doesn't fail it. So she has to cast it just to ensure you guys fail it.
Actually, Mero's going... Even though Mero's going to also cast it when she casts it.
Okay, Zone of Truth, haha! Now, truth plus truth equals we can lie? No, I'm kidding. Anyways,
no, it's the fact that Mero wants to know that if she's lying.
Okay, so she will cast, actually, I'll roll her a percentage die. Does she have anything to hide from you guys? Do you guys want high in your favor or low in your favor?
Let's say high in our favor.
Okay, cool. Alright. So, she's going to step forward and cast Zone of Truth as Mero begins casting Zone of Truth. I guess she'll roll a Wisdom save as a paladin against your Zone of Truth. What's your spell save DC? She rolled a 15.
Hold on. What's my spell save DC?
It's going to be 8 plus your Wisdom plus your proficiency bonus.
My proficiency bonus is 4. My Wisdom is 8.
Your Wisdom should at least be plus 3. If we rolled you up, you should have at least a plus 16.
Oh yeah, I have plus 4. Plus 4 on my Wisdom, and I have a proficiency bonus of 4.
Okay, so that is going to be 16. She fails. She cannot willingly speak a lie inside of your Zone of Truth, and she's if you're casting Zone of Truth on her, that's going to overlap on the other knights. You're going to know Knight 1 passes, Knight 2 fails, Knight 3... Well, they all get her bonus because she's a paladin. So, that knight is going to... Knight 1 passes, Knight 2 passes, Knight 3 fails, and Captain Tatum passes. She has failed. Oh, and I guess the chefs. I'll just roll for one of the guards. There are 4 guards in this chamber. The chef fails. Your range isn't wide enough to hit all of them. Alright. So, anyways, you cast Zone of Truth on them, and she casts Zone of Truth on you. If you and Rael can willingly fail the check. Otherwise, if you want to try and resist, you can. If you resist, you will know. Do you each fail?
I don't resist. Yeah, I'll willingly fail.
Okay. In the Zone of Truth, she is going to cast it, and then she's going to look over to Tatum and nod. Tatum is going to walk around inspecting you, and he's going to ask his first question to Rael and say, can you now or have you ever been able to change your shape?
No.
Okay. And he is going to nod, and he's going to say, "Is this your true form?"
Yes.
And he's going to say, "Do you harbor ill intentions towards the magnate or her country?"
No.
Mero's going to give a heavy sigh. Just a slow, long sigh.
And he's going to say, "Are you working with any conspirators who might be working against the magnate?"
No.
And he's going to ask, "Have you encountered anyone in the past several days with the ability to magically charm you for extended periods of time?"
Yes.
Yes.
"Do you know if you're magically charmed?" He looks back to the paladin.
I know that I'm not.
And you would think that you're not if you were.
Really?
Listen, if you start that crap, like, we're not going anywhere.
He's not gonna say that, but he is going to look over to her and say he'll need to be dispelled before he's allowed in there. And she's going to nod and say, "Well, I can escort him." And the captain's going to nod. He'll move his head to the side. Well, actually, first he's going to put his hands up. Does Rael consent to a check down?
Yep.
All right. He investigates you. He's like, you're a high elf, I believe, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna be real respectful of you. He's gonna pat your shoulders just down the side, move your cheeks a little bit, and it's like, it's barely even an investigation check. He rolls a 4.
No.
Oh
no.
I would just stare him in the eyes the whole time.
And he's just gonna say, "Look, it just needs to be done." He moves over to Marrow and says, "Same question. Can you now, or have you ever been able to change your form?"
You
can't knowingly speak a lie. You don't have to respond.
I know. Marrow takes a slow sigh and nods, saying, "Druid, shifter."
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna inspect you a little bit more, like, with intent. And then he's going to say, "Is this your true form?"
Marrow takes off his head and reveals his half-shifted face and just say, "Do you think I would willingly look like I'm a werewolf who got stunned midway through transformation?"
Somebody in the background yells, "It's hideous! Put it back on!" No, I'm kidding. Okay,
like,
yeah.
Damn you, ugly!
He actually has an appearance score of 9, so I'm surprised by it.
And he is going to go on and state, "What business do you have with the magnate? What are you doing in the capital?"
I'm one of her knights, and I was also one to help her when she refused any other medicinal attention, from what I understand. I'm here to check back on our previous clients, like a good doctor should.
He looks back to the cleric, the paladin. The paladin's going to nod to him, and he's going to say, "Do you harbor the magnate or her country any ill intentions?"
Mayor's going to shake his head and say, "My family's here. Why would I harm my family?"
And he continues walking around you and says, "Have you encountered anyone with the ability to charm you for extended periods of time?"
Marrow is going to look down and just give a slow nod again. And shake his head saying, "But I broke the charm last I checked. Although I am willing to see if it's had any lingering effects."
And he's going to nod and say, we'll need a diviner down here for both of them. Are you conspiring with this person at all?
No, except for me getting rid of them. And getting a friend back from them.
He goes to touch your face, and then he's gonna hesitate and say, just wait patiently. We'll send for a diviner. You'll need to be cleansed of any magical ailments, and then you'll be allowed in.
Mero nods and says, I have nothing to hide. All my gear is shown on me. Saying that as visibly on his back, he is carrying all of his weapons.
Alright. They send the chef off to go fetch a diviner. And you guys are gonna wait, unless you want to say anything else to them.
I'm actually going to ask the paladin, saying, how long have you done this type of material, and what do you view on this?
She's going to say, actually, I need to look at something.
Yeah, no, and that's why...
Oh, it's fishy!
It's just
no, she's not fishy. I just need to remember who elected who. So...
Yeah.
Concordance elected Typhus. Typhus died.
Rest his soul.
Yeah.
Tristan.
And then in his spot, they've elected Tristan. Then Unity elected Estelle, and then Harmony elected Anadelia, and then Discipline elected Kylissa. Okay, cool.
No wonder I don't like her.
I need to just like see who was who. And...
Also, while he's doing this, Mero's going to slowly put bandages on himself where he's bleeding. Just kind of like stopping the bleeding kind of casually while he's talking to her.
Yeah, when you ask her how long she's been doing this, she's going to say, I've been a paladin in service to our goddess for years, but I've always preached mercy. However, when the Knight Captain came to our chantry requesting aid for protection, it was something that our doctrine allowed. And she's gonna say, in terms of, and she's gonna put her hands out at the the glowing ring of energy on the ground, and say, in terms of this, I never wish to subject those who don't to innocent citizens, but times call for measures like these.
Understandable, but you must understand, I question those with power equal or above mine. I hope you don't feel offended from this.
Yeah, and she's going to shake her head and say, I do as my goddess commands.
Mero's going to give a slow look over the guard and see if how they are viewing him, kind of just revealing his form and seeing if there's any of them
uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable about his form? Yeah.
Oh, star.
Yeah, boy. And then he's also going to sniff the air and see if any of them have silver on them. Just kind of...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All of them?
Not all of them, but definitely one or two of them would. Tatum himself would have some... Like, you wouldn't see what is silver, but yeah, you'd smell that in the air. These people are trained to kill anything after the Magnate. They are equipped.
Mero's going to ask Tatum, would you kindly step a little bit away from me? I'm not comfortable with silver.
Yeah, and standing in front of the door, this is why I was just like going to fast forward this. They're going to lead you guys away from here until the diviner gets here, because they can't trust you guys. Like, they can trust you guys, but they can't trust that you guys trust you guys. Like,
yeah,
they don't know if you've been modified memoried and just like, oh yeah, no, Magnate's my friend. When you see her, snap 2 times and kill her. And it's like, I don't know how magic works.
Yeah, no, and Mayor's going to put his hood back on when they start escorting him.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Let's do all of their relief.
What's Rael want to do?
He just wants to wait patiently and read the prayer book they lifted from the dwarf.
Okay. And we're gonna jump to Father Anderson. Heading to the Alma's sleeping, and then we're jumping to Father Anderson. All right, heading to the library.
We're jumping to Alma.
Back to you, Father A.
Thanks. More on that story at 10.
I have to go jump on the driveway real quick, so I'm gonna go for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're not doing anything important.
Hey, he's
I can
regaining skill slots.
I can definitely kill you 10 minutes. I got you, buddy.
Anna. Gosh, has she looted this entire library yet? She has not. You are going to...
Oh, Anna.
You
give me complicated feelings.
Yeah, you're going to stumble into her in a second part of the library. This time she's in the back part of the second floor. She has another stack of books that she is picking off of the shelves. And she's... and a servant's going to be waiting there to carry them for her as she's setting each one down on a table. And she is like looking through these numbers. And when you come, she's going to say, curious thing the South Pale Library is, it doesn't even use the Mathis system of sorting. Old, ancient knowledge. It's really quite wonderful. She's going to look back at you and say, was my information about the cold iron helpful in the storm?
Somewhat. I think I might have an idea what's causing this ghost storm.
She is going to look over at you and say,
We were in the city proper, right? That's city proper. We moved over to Old Ardor.
Yes.
When we were in the city proper, as opposed to being feral possessed things, people were bewitched. They went to Old Ardor, the fort, whose name I don't remember, but I'm intimately familiar with.
Tierenfall.
There, we saw a dwarf. I don't know if I ever got his name. I don't think I know that dwarf's name. I do.
Are you carrying the hammer with you?
Yes.
Because Anna would recognize it, and she'd point to the hammer and say, the rumored Moondrench hammer, wielded by one of Renalta's servants, prayed and crossed into the bridge as a mortal. Halith.
Him, yes, because that's who I got it off of, after I killed him. Anyways, a horde of people go up to Tierenfall. He commands them to die. Strong magic, and they do so. So, I did what any self-respecting magnate and follower of the Forgotten Song did, and sent him to the bridge. Afterwards, we're investigating. I find this curious lamp with a burning foot in it, and one Joseph Firth.
Okay, so, hold on, I have to roll her a morality die. And... you are going to... you're going to say, as a follower of the Forgotten Song would. And she's going to tilt her head and say, I knew you knew of the religion, but I wasn't aware that is your patron.
Yeah. Yes.
she is going to say, you seem like one who values freedom. The goddess, or rather the gatekeeper, those who worship her in the Forgotten Song, each believe their destiny sung. The Four Ascended teaches more so your destiny is yours to create. You might consider that in creating a better path for yourself.
I'm well aware of how the Four Ascended teach. I've spent the better part of my time in Order as a member of the Chantry of Conscience. I've even met Gilsong.
She's gonna wave her hand.
I am back.
She's gonna wave her hand and say, as a holy woman, of the Chantry of Harmony, it's my job to minister to you. But as Sage of Ardor, it's my job to give knowledge. But as High Councilwoman, it's my job to advise. I get my roles confused.
I imagine it's quite difficult for one such as yourself to keep all of her roles in line.
She's gonna say, that sounds almost accusatory. I mean no ill will towards your country. Or this country. Our country. She says our country, because she would consider this home.
I'm sorry if you thought I meant that in an accusatory tone.
Sorry, did I not sound mean enough? Let me try again.
No, I'm not trying to be mean. That's that charisma.
Yeah, Father Anderson, the best maker of friends,
is not good with his words.
Second best speaker in the party apparently is Mara.
The way I see it is I have every right to live my mortal life as I choose, in service of the whole of Ilderon. When I die, it is up to the gatekeeper how I will spend my afterlife. If I am chosen worthy, I will serve on the Aramir, where I will hopefully serve my people again.
And you're gonna notice something just like, not a wince, but something just kind of...
Passive 22 insight!
Yeah, just kind of shift. Oh, well, with 22 insight, yeah, you're gonna notice, this talk of worship of the gatekeeper makes her uncomfortable, and she's gonna say, well, this isn't a Lilna guy, so your faith is yours to choose. And she's gonna say, but that's the beauty of Ardor. Anyone here can make their destiny regardless of the god's will or not.
That's why I defend it so fervorously.
She's gonna nod and point and say, well, that foot inside that lantern hasn't decayed any since it's been on fire. I suppose you have more questions for me?
A few. I know who this foot belongs to, as awkward as that might sound. A girl. Did I ever get the name Emberstride? Do you...
Yeah, you know Emberstride, you've seen her.
Well, I don't know if I get the name. It's like the Halith thing all over again. It's like, yes. I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know names.
Yes, you did. Makana, Kaitrina, Johan, and Lilfir argued over her in front of you when Makana tied her up and brought her to the Calcan office.
Her name is Emberstride. She's a curious creature. Seemingly made of fire, hence the lack of decay. And from what I know, she can slowly rebuild herself after grievous injury. She's a ward of Draylen Madison. I don't know what she is, but given who she's with, I find her dangerous.
She is going to nod and say, Some strings lost make such sense when frayed back together. And she's going to say, there was a noble a few months ago, a man by the name of Gavrin Dalyan. Some might know his noble house better by the name Alakan. He was involved in a cult that's went cold lately, called the Heart of Embers. And it was my belief it was my understanding they worship the goddess with some the goddess of fire with some fanaticism. His daughter went missing. If I was trying to place who or what she was, she nods and says, I would start there. Is that what you seek? She tilts her head.
No. The day may come that I need to handle the young Ember Stride in service of my nation. But I find it more pressing to deal with her. To deal with Draylen Madison and his ill. Do you know how to kill a vampire?
Oof. Anna is going to laugh and say, I've read of the subject. Never practice it. However, I believe they fall just as any regular mortal would. You injure their physical form enough and they can't maintain it. Any Terrai dealt the sharp end of a sword will fall in combat. However, any vampire lord that's ascended beyond, you'd have to make sure any place of rest that they've bound themselves to is destroyed.
I thought it was cutting off the head and stabbing the heart with a stake.
I had a character, D&D vampires, the wooden stake thing will paralyze them, but you have to drive it into their heart when they're incapacitated in their coffin.
Yeah, that's what I was... Well, not in their coffin, but you have to cut off their head, then stab them through the heart with the stake.
Yeah, you have to follow them home. But, I don't know that, so this is me trying to gain that knowledge.
Yeah.
In character.
That's what she just told you. Destroy them at their place of rest.
Okay. Mara would... I'm going to roll a history check for Mara to see if he would actually already know that.
You're not here.
Yeah.
Well, no, but just, as a player... No, he wouldn't.
You definitely don't.
Yeah, most Terrai just die when you kill them.
Again, it's because Mara kills undead as a passive thing, so I was checking if he would know on how to kill them for sure.
Yeah. If anything, I think Alma would have a better chance, just because, I specialize in the undead.
Well, I specialize in the undead too. I just kill them for sport.
Oh, right. This roleplay, though. So she told you if you go to his place of resting, that would be the place to do it. And she's also going to contribute and say, and if they're well fed, particularly hard to put down, their bodies feed on the magical energy and just regenerate.
Well, I've found them to be sturdy, but I think I know how to handle that. It's just the finishing that becomes the problem. But on that note...
Anna is going to say to you, if you want more information on ending vampire lords, I believe High Councilwoman Renopal Surreal would be able to inform you more on that subject.
Oh god, that would be a touchy subject. I should likely pay her a visit regardless.
Yeah, you're gonna pick up, that was a bunch of sass from Anna.
Oh, I assumed that was a bunch of sass.
Yeah.
I assume she knows. I assume Anna knows everything. That's why I keep asking questions. Draylen Madison has done something to himself. He's able to make his skin like diamonds. Almost. Have you heard of anything like that? I feel it's some type of magic, but I'm not well versed in the arcane arts.
She is going to, she's gonna put her eyebrows together and say, I fear you mean to misuse my knowledge.
Everything I do, I do for Ardor, in service of our magnate. Your application is knowledge and theory. I practice.
She's going to nod and say, I don't know what this is specifically he's done, but I've heard of magics that can do that. High-level spells, druidic magic, bark skin.
I feel it's deeper. It's not... It feels like it's part of his essence. There wasn't an incantation, it just happened.
She's going to say, tell me, what do you know of magic?
Very little.
And she gestures to your holy symbol and says, I believe you're able to call on it from either Gale Song or your goddess. Or, yes. No, she wouldn't address Renalcha as a goddess, or the gatekeeper.
I pull my power from Heldora.
And she nods and says, that's one sect of it. The gods represent something. Each claims a domain. And because of that domain's existence, that power is magnified through them. Almost like a lens of sort. And calling on their name, it focuses on you, and you become a conduit. Only for mere seconds, but nonetheless, that energy coursing through you allows you to do extraordinary things.
Yes, heal the sick, summon weapons composed of holy light.
And she nods and says, that's divine magic. Now,
yes.
That power of existence exists for everything. Residual, and although be it small. Not everybody can focus it, but that bit that's just kind of everywhere, lingering about. And those who can manipulate that, we call that arcane magic.
Yes, that's what Octavia and Ryle do.
And she's going to raise a hand and say, but what is existence?
Drawing a blank. I want that on my face.
Yeah, and she's going to nod and say, well, if this energy comes from somewhere and it's something that is a byproduct of existence, it's got to make up something stronger. This has been theorized to be the bindings of reality. The planar fabric of our world, if you will. More concentrated, potent. If it's not magic, and he's truly done this to himself, that's the area I'd look.
I don't like the. So I'm kind of groaning because I know who I'd have to talk to. That means I have to go see Alis. Oh, today's a long day.
Anna's gonna say, oh, Alis, a wonderful thing that one is. Seen a lot.
I imagine you know a lot of interesting things about Alis. Like why she doesn't sleep.
She's going to say, it's my understanding she's found a string of spells where She's found a string of spells that she ties together constantly that keep her mind alert.
Interesting. Given what I have to end up doing for my magnate, it'd be nice to have that.
She nods, and Anna is going to say, the one spell I know she is capable of is a common spell developed by Archarcanist of the university. It's time-stopped. I've seen her use it on several occasions. Powerful.
I'm gonna cue in on that, right? Because she used that in our fight.
Yeah, she did stop time. And she's going to say how she does the other things she does. That's beyond my magical knowledge. Although I suppose it is my duty now to research it, as arcane matters relating to Ardor Serai are within my realm to advise.
More knowledge never hurt, I guess.
And she nods and says, if you learn anything, please feel free to share it with me.
You'll be the first to know, Anna.
Anna does a horrible job hiding a smile. She raises a hand to like the side of her face, and she's gonna nod and say, well, if you need anything else, please come by. Don't hesitate. And she's gonna go back to the shelves and keep picking out through South Pel's extensive library.
Have a nice night of reading, Anna.
Yeah, and she's gonna look back and say, I always do. Good luck killing things.
I'll just kind of like do like the hand, like the I'm walking away, like thanks hand.
I will kill things. Good. Thank you very much. All right, where's Father A heading? And then we're going to jump back to the rest of the party.
What time is it?
It is going into the evening of the 10th day, so it is about like 8 o'clock. The sun was set at 7.
I feel like I have two options. I can go try and find my party members, or I could go talk to Alis one-on-one, which will obviously not result in my imminent demise.
I just need a direction.
You know what? I'll go back towards Captain Tatum there.
Okay.
I figure I might as well keep an eye on my my miscreant.
Hey, right. I'm not that bad.
Miscreant.
That's fair. Ryle's cool. Not older than I am, so if anything, I'm his miscreant.
Tatum is going to say, fast forward through this roleplay unless you want to do it. In depth, does Father A want to get examined?
I'd rather not, but I feel like I have to.
If you want to go in the room, you don't have to. Or if you don't want to go in the room, you don't have to.
I want to come back into the plot.
Yeah,
Shush, you're asleep, Mr. I am not youth anymore.
You can go.
I didn't think you would be this long.
You can go kick the door in Alma's room and just like stupid mages want to stupid investigate me.
I'm just. There's that. It's the fear that he's gonna get cavalier with his questions. If it follows the same line of questioning, well, whatever. I ain't got nothing to hide. I don't trust him. He doesn't.
Did you kill Marcus?
Yes! Yes, I did! I'd do it again!
Arrest him! No. Anyways, before any of that, he tells you that a diviner has been fetched from the Zenith Rise, and they are on their way to South Pel because your companions had questionable contacts in the past couple of days, and they can't be trusted in the magnate's presence currently. And the
does he say that? Does he tell me that
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he tells
and that's
me-
why I'm just fast forwarding through this. The diviner is coming to basically dispel them of any magic they might not be aware of.
Interesting. I'm torn. I want to see Ariana, but I don't want to be Zone of Truth.
Do it.
If you want.
Fine, you know what? Fine.
Wait,
Give it-
I was gonna say, Rob, you could, if there was any questions you specifically wanted to ask, you could tell Rael, because I know as Father A is not gonna not gonna trust Mero to give that information, and ask him to ask some things for you if you don't want to get Zone of Truth.
It's fine. It's fine. Like, if he goes Cavalier, I'll kill him.
Well, and considering Mero's first interaction with Magnate, he was half ready to kill her.
So, whatever. Let him ask his stupid questions.
Oh.
What are they gonna do? Exile me?
Alright, does Father A resist the Zone of Truth?
No, because they'll know.
First, have you, can you, or have you ever been able to, shift your, form?
No.
And is this, your true form?
Yes.
What was the, second? Are you, working with anybody conspiring against, the magnate or the country?
No?
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't feel like you're able to answer that entirely because you do know Anadelia is planning to blackmail her for her child.
Yeah, but I also don't... Alright, that's the thing, like, blackmailer for the child, but I don't know if... It feels like
That
a
would
weird
be
gray area.
if that is a gray area. I would coin flip maybe.
Well, like, I don't think... Like, that's the thing, I don't think Anadelia has, like, malicious designs, but I mean, the question might...
Yeah, so you go to answer and you're gonna go silent, because you can't knowingly speak a truth, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was my thing, is I guess,
Yeah.
like, it depends... Because, like, I know that she's trying to blackmail her. But I guess, in my brain, I'm like, it's whatever, she's not untrustworthy. I wouldn't call her...
Oh, okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess my brain is like, no, because I don't think Anadelia is a threat, so it's not...
Okay, fair. Yeah, you can say no to that. And he is going to go on and say, what was the third, or was the fourth
The charm one, I think, is the last.
Oh, yeah, have you at all encountered somebody who can charm people for extended amounts of time? The answer being...
Yes.
Do you know you're being charmed? If you're being charmed or not?
Oh, it's like, do I know if I'm being charmed?
Yeah. And of course, no matter what,
Well, no, that's the thing. I know I'm not being charmed. I can dispel that. I am a 7th level monk. I know I'm not being charmed.
Yeah. And he is, there was one more. Oh yeah, and he's, going to say, do you consent to, being investigated?
I'm trying to think real quick. I don't think I have any incriminating items inside of that foot lantern.
Yeah.
Well, the sword on my back. But,
That's evidence.
you know, the sword on my back requires some knowledge. I mean, yeah, like I said, what's my inventory? Blah, 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 blah. What's the key? Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything incriminating on me. I don't keep...
Father A is just like, hold on, let me make sure I don't have any crime stuff right... Okay, I'm good. Right now, I'm good.
Did I keep any evidence of my crimes? Yes. Did I keep any evidence that can actually be linked to them? No.
And
Important
he's...
distinction.
Yeah, he's going to pat you down, investigate you, and he's going to say, I'll have you know, by the way, it was a terrible incident of what happened to you and me that day with Marcus. The assassin was found and put to death for her crimes. If you ever find meat, let her know that she's
welcome. Office.
He's gonna say she hasn't contacted the guard post since she deserted, but let her know I'm willing to have a conversation with her if she wants her posts back.
I'll make sure she knows. She left because she took it rather hard. Losing 2 magnates will do that to you.
He nods and says, in those situations we can't run, we can only improve. And he's gonna finish patting you down, and of course he comes across the oath blade as a black oath blade. It is actually a symbol of your devotion to the throne. So he's not going to, be at all alarmed by it. And
he might be a little alarmed by the hammer.
Yeah, he sees that and the foot lantern, and he's gonna say, "You're gonna have to still wait with the others."
Why? Why do I have to wait for the others? I don't need to be dispelled.
You don't know you don't need to be dispelled.
I do know!
You don't know that you do know you don't know.
I don't. I can dispel charmed effects.
He doesn't know that you don't. Well, I don't know. He's confused, and I'm confused. If you wait until
by the time they come back,
you wait until they know somebody who magic's good that they trust to not magic you well. All right, you stand in line back there.
You think I want to trust some Ardorians with magic?
Yes.
Sometimes I just wish Mara had a pocket watch and just go like, start the timer. How long is this argument gonna last?
The diviner comes and it's like, dispel magic, and everybody at the party's looking like, that's the incantation for fireball. And it's like, yeah, you can't be magical if you're dead. So no, I'm kidding.
Just like Mara
if she weighs the same as a duck, she's a witch.
Oh my god! Alright, so, Father A is brought with the party. You guys have about 20 minutes before this person gets here. Do you guys want to say anything, or do you want me to fast forward?
I just want to know that it's absolute bullshit that I have to be here. I mean, you guys are fine. It's not you. It's just... Come on.
You don't like being next to the guy who smells like dog.
No. I don't like it being insinuated that I don't know what's wrong with my own elderly body. I'm not dog. I know I'm not
the
dog.
old man that argues with the doctor.
I kicked that vampire's ass. I know I'm fine.
But Meryl is going while he's
I'm wiggly, damn it.
While we're waiting, Meryl is going to ask Rael, what exactly did you come here intending to do?
I heard there was a problem with a ghost storm, and I came to help.
Well, we appreciate it. I mean that sincerely. I'm not being an ass.
Yeah, no, it's again. Meryl has just one more point of charisma than Father A, so he's always going to sound like he's insulting you. Yes, it was very appreciated. I'm sorry for how I probably acted back at where we fought.
I feel like I'm gonna glare at Mero. You're why I have to sit here and get dispelled.
Not my fault that I didn't realize a vampire lord could I'm not used to hunting people that don't live in forests.
Read a book, dog.
You don't even read. You ask the other person who reads. I'm kidding.
I ain't got time to read. I have stabbing I gotta go do.
Says a father who can't read his own holy book.
I can read my own. That's not a book. It's a song.
Can you play it?
I love this conversation.
I digress.
Ryle rolled the
Over
dice.
the storm, but I came here in search of the storm as well for my family. I haven't heard back from them, and I came here as quickly as I could. Hence why I've been kind of rushed. And you? What were you doing prior to joining the Magnate?
Is this to me?
Kicking ass and chewing bubblegum?
Yeah, he's asking this to Father A. He explains what he did in the past, directed more towards Rael, knowing Father A probably could hear him, and then looks at Father A asking that.
I was in jail.
For?
Smuggling.
Any...
Very matter of fact.
What were you smuggling?
People, mostly.
Cons or immigrants? Or, sorry.
I said
cons
people, mostly!
I said cons. Or, like, convicts, or people that just needed a place to go.
Depends.
Didn't ask? Like, he's asking him if he didn't ask why they wanted to be smuggled.
I mean, sometimes I would. You gotta vet your clientele. Otherwise, you end up in jail.
Fair enough. I know that all too well, being a forest guard.
A guy got in deep trouble with the Ruby Shadow, so I was gonna get him out of Ardor. Paid a good penny, too.
I'm gonna do a history check to see if I know what the Ruby Shadow is.
Go ahead. So there is the Ruby Alliance, which is a international trading organization in every nation. Deeper inside of the Ruby Alliance, there's a small circle of merchant lords that control it, called the Ruby Shadow. They are a criminal organization. They dish out assassinations. They hire criminals to smuggle or steal things. They are the Illuminati, with the richest Illuminati in the world.
Okay.
They are not good people that you want to be on the bad side of.
And I thought I had a trouble when I had to bodyguard someone who wanted to get assassinated, but luckily my ordeal was I knew the quickest way to get around traps, and it's my forest.
Yeah, well, he got caught, ratted me out, so I ended up in jail.
And so how did you get out of jail? Because something like that, I feel like it would be either life sentence or death.
A dwarf broke me out. Nice guy, little foul-mouthed.
Sounds like you two got along well.
I liked Carter. I wonder what he's up to right now.
Meanwhile, Dusty, where are my
But yeah, he got me out of jail along with Celebrus and Makana. You met Makana. And we got wrapped up in a few things. We saved Marcus from getting turned into paste by a rather large Terrai. Got me knighted. And here we are.
And what were you doing before joining our little group of misfits, I guess? I say asking Rael now.
I've been based in Dockinsdale for a while. I've been trading magical items and studying a little bit at the Mayfield University.
And while studying there, you heard about the storm and decided to come over here? Or were there other matters that brought you here?
No, I was quite content there, and I heard about the storm and thought I should contribute.
Well, that was very noble of you.
Indeed.
Hey, JV, check your Discord messages.
Haha.
Yeah, Marrow's just gonna kind of look down at his necklace and just kind of fidget with the teeth and the visible teeth and claws that are on it now. Just kind of fidget with them.
Okay. So, Marrow and Father Ray are going to feel like there's a little bit more to Rael's story. But if you don't want to press for it, it's, you don't have to.
Yeah.
So, how does a high elf find himself in Dawkinsdale? I thought you people never left Rion.
I have itchy feet, and I've enjoyed traveling the world for many decades.
I only travel when I need to.
I thought in my experience, elves only travel when they have something that
really got to Brandon.
When I need to, like when my whole culture is being genocided.
Yeah.
Just
It happens. Casual vacations,
See,
What were you studying, by the way?
At the university,
Mm-hmm.
I was taking courses in counter magical defense. It was quite useful with the vampire.
I would agree. I never had such formal teachings of magic. Mine just come to me naturally.
Well, if you ever want some formal teachings, I'm more than happy to help.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'll go back to reading the prayer book.
okay. Oh yeah. Well, no, there's probably nothing really that unexpected in that prayer book. Okay. So while you guys are sitting here waiting, footsteps in the hallway are going to sound. And you guys are going to see. Where are they at? You guys are going to see Zenith Diviner, Jami Orison.
Oh, Jami, my favorite diviner.
I hope that's not sarcasm.
Oh, it's sarcasm. I want to kill this fucker.
Sarcasm.
I was about the other one's unnamed, and the other one is cursed your magnet.
Yeah, but she's hot, so who cares?
Fair. Okay. I mean, it's not a lot of good options between diviners. Alright, he's going to walk up to you guys. As he comes into the hallway, the guards are going to see him, and Kate Tatum is going to step towards you, moving towards this little waiting bench area that you guys are at. The diviner's going to look at you, and Tatum's going to bow and say, Master Diviner. He's going to nod and say, Captain Tatum, you requested of my services. He's gonna gesture and say, all 3 of these individuals wish to speak with the Magnate, and they've encountered forces that we can't trust to be currently in our presence. He's going to nod and say, Gias, suggestion, modify memory, what are we dealing with?
Vampires.
Yeah, Tatum's gonna scratch his head and say, yeah. Orison is going to roll his eyes and say, that should just require something a little mundane. And he is going to... Oof.
Bust out some silver powder and freak Marrow out?
Well, it's funny you say that. he is going to take a moment, and he is going to cast divine or dispel magic on each of you. And he's not going to have to roll against anything. And he is going to then take and cast. He's going to then take and cast detect magic and inspect you guys for a second. Anybody who has buffs on them, by the way, those buffs have been dispelled. And
no buffs on me.
Yeah.
Only buffs I got are these guns.
Oh, when he targets your area, he is going to have to roll against the foot. He dispels the magic of the foot, by the way.
No!
It's gonna start burning again.
But
you just have
still.
Yeah, you just have a weird obsidian foot stone thing.
Would that also work on my focus or no?
No, it would not. Your focus is a conduit for magic. It is not in itself giving off magical energy.
Okay. I never knew on how focus worked, so it was just kind of like my necklace.
Does this spell my dagger of venom?
It does. When you dispel a magical item, it basically turns off for about an hour.
Is it still infused? Does that still work, or is it all turned off?
Yes. It your infusion alters how your magical item produces magic. So
another important question for Father A.
God, what about my hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hammer stops glowing. It is white and silver metal.
Is it going to be that way permanently, or
no? When you dispel a magical item, it turns off for about an hour.
No, it's like it turns off for like a minute and then it comes back.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like flipping.
So the way it's described is that it's like putting a bowl underneath a running sink.
Yeah.
Like all he's done is emptied the bowl.
Yeah.
Eventually, he'll fill back up.
Yeah.
Got you.
There was something else I wanted to say on that. Oh yeah, note for you specifically, because you are new to D&D, Wolf, if you ever, player knowledge, if you ever want to destroy a magical item, 8 times out of 10 you want to dispel it first before you do, otherwise you could kill yourself.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, no, magical items destructions tend to be quite explosive.
Anyways,
would that also work for focuses as well, or no?
No,
focus
itself is not magical. The focus is like just what you channel your magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he cast a spell magic, or not detect magic, and he's going to say, Captain Tatum, this is a useful charm for seeing if anybody has been affected by things of this nature. If you'd like, I can get you and your guards a couple wands of this spell prepared. It might take a few days. Captain Tatum's gonna look at him just waving his hand over you, and obviously it looks like nothing to him. He's gonna say, if you think it's wise, of course. And he's going to nod to the party and say, you're safe to be in our magnate's presence. And
wait, could Marrow add to this and say, I could give an example. I have alarm. Would it detect that?
It would indeed detect alarm. But no, it's not going to, and he's going to stop you before you do, because, and he's going to explain this in magical jargon. You see magical auras with his perception. He's affected by the spell, so he can see magical auras as if they were like fog.
Okay.
So if you guys were enchanted, you'd be giving off some sort of mist. You casting alarm allows him to see it, but Tatum would still see nothing. Tatum is very confused by this description, but nonetheless doesn't argue the knowledge of the head diviner.
Yeah, no, Marrow understands it way too well, being magical based as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jami is going to dispel you all, and there was one other thing. Jami is going to say, by the way, I was meaning to touch base with you lot. And he's going to say, the fire swordsman came by our quarters this evening, but before he came by, the young paladin, the dwarf, he came seeking Aelis's service. tried to scry on you to figure out where you were so he could find you. Of course, the scrying produced nothing. They were going to try again in the morning, but when Oro came, the dwarf lent his services to the swordsman. He wished for me to inform you if I saw you.
Good to know.
I was just gonna nod.
It's also good to know that, you know, whoever scried on me wasn't too dangerous.
Johnny nods and says, I'd be hesitant about not calling Alice dangerous. I have to keep an eye on that one constantly. Her mind works
too dangerous.
Yeah. And he's gonna stop bad talking another diviner in front of the
other diviners.
Yeah, how dare you besmirch
Mariana's
mother's name in her presence? Oh.
Not in front of the other diviners, in front of swordsmen and guards and hitty-hit people who don't understand magic well, who already don't trust them.
Also, technically speaking, one of her knights.
Yeah. And he's gonna say, in any case, I hope if you'd seek if you need the diviner's aid, you'll come to our offices soon. He nods, and Tatum's gonna say, actually, the magnate has been severely injured. Word was being carried to Zenith Rise this evening in an official statement by the High Council. If you could, we could use a diviner here at South Bell on retainer. Jami will say, I'll send my assistant.
Maro's gonna also hold up the medicine kit, just kind of like, that's why I'm here.
Gets inside your order and training, like, clicks in and it's like, stab! Anyways, you guys are let inside. Inside of the magnate's... Oh, okay, yeah, let's do it like this. So the door is going to be open to the chamber. And they trust you enough at this point not to send people with you. And inside the chamber, it's going to be a scene you guys have seen... Well, no, actually, no, not a scene you've seen 100 times. Not standing guard is going to be Tarum, the water swordsman.
Is there no Tarum in this room?
He is there, however, most of the time he's standing watching Ariana. She is sitting on her bed. She has a specific flower in a pot that are rather in her hand that I have to go look in another book at what the name of it is. And she is going to be looking towards the window again on the edge of her bed. Tarum is actually moving throughout the room, packing several things into a chest. It seems like she is packing down her room. And she is also in a nightgown, but you can see there are heavy bandages over her shoulder, over her arm, and over her chest, which you can see through her gown. Ariana is going to look up at you guys as you enter, and she's is she gonna smile? She's not gonna smile. She's gonna look very, very well. I mean, she looks very, very pensive. Like, she seems uncertain.
Maro's going to initially walk in, immediately start kind of sniffing her to see, if...
Oh yeah, you smell blood. You smell blood, and definitely like the recovery from a wound. You smell salves, you smell herbs, and other things applied to it.
Did her plan succeed in the makeshift abortion? Is what he's checking as well.
It's not a makeshift abortion.
Oh no, it wasn't. Wherever she took the damage, it was in her upper chest.
Okay, so she's still.
Oro told you guys that she almost got stabbed through the heart.
Oh, okay.
She is going to say. and she's gonna stand up and say, "Oh, does she have the strength to stand? She would have been healed, but her body's still, gonna be in like shock from the battle."
If she starts to move, I'm gonna like put up the hand of like no.
She goes to stand and then sits down and she's gonna say, "I should have known. Even if I said no visitors, loyal knights. Loyalty is to be rewarded, and will be when this is over with." She grabs her shoulder.
Mero, let's see if he can do anything to help ease the pain. Let's do a medicine check and him immediately start using his herbalism kit, which I can use with proficiency, so I guess advantage? And start kind of making a slight numbing to help her numb the pain a little bit with a salve.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a medicine check. There's gonna be there's gonna be just something that you are aware of. And this is you're gonna get this on in 11. You can be magically healed of you can take damage and you can be magically healed. But that magical healing, mends the flesh and everything, but just imagine ripping apart your nervous system and then still putting it back together. It takes your body time to, just readjust, no matter what. And that's
I'm hiding the fact that I'm probably in immense pain right now because I got hit by a goddamn Mack truck.
Yeah, and Mero's feeling the same way with the fact that he is only been healing himself after being basically smited and hit with a silver moon enchanted hammer in the stomach.
And that's gonna be the same thing of getting into
Shut up, Mister, I'm asleep.
Getting into an accident and all the safety equipment of your car working properly, and then you still being sore for several days.
Yeah, I understand. And like I said, Mero's just going to be doing a salve that's going to be that he's going to slowly apply onto where the injuries are to kind of help ease the pain and just kind of numb those areas a little bit for her.
And she's gonna say, "I was on patrol through the city, through the areas we thought it'd be the worst, shoring up our defenses. I had several elite knights with me, and a couple of them got possessed."
Is that true?
You ask her that?
Well, no. 22 passive insight.
Oh, yeah. You feel like she's telling the truth. But you also feel like, she kind of knew that was gonna happen a little bit.
Wait, what's my passive insight then?
Your passive insight is going to be 10 plus your insight modifier.
Yeah, it's 10 plus whatever your plus would be in an insight.
I have a passive 18 insight.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she's not lying to you guys.
No, I know that for the most part this was engineered, but I don't know how many risks she took. How staged it was. From the sounds of it, God, she's dumb.
I was did you do that to yourself? Did you order someone else to do it? Did you just go out on the battlefield and wait for someone to stab you?
Also, I'd like to point out that I rolled a with the advantage. Oh boy. So the second roll, I'm guessing, is the salve that he was making, while also checking her wounds with the first roll.
Yeah. Well, roll me a second one for the second one. You didn't have advantage on it. But
okay.
What she's then she's gonna go on and state
Ooh.
she's gonna go on and state we were just north of Storm's Nest. That of the Royal Army that was barracks inside of there, all looking out. I saw their magnate, and Tatum's or not Tatum, Taram's going to nod and say she took down 3 of the best knights, the best knights we had before Oro and I got to her.
Mary's gonna look to the party and it's kind of like with a face of, should we tell her?
Briar looks to Father Ray.
She's gonna roll an insight check, and like everybody looking at each other, she's gonna say, "What? What is it?" And she's gonna say, "I knew the ghost storm was going to attack today, but for the most part, injuries were minimized. A few soldiers lost their lives and a few straggler citizens, but the city will recover."
Yeah, no,
Octavia.
We followed several individuals outside of the destroyed part of town, encountered a dwarf who made me almost puke my lunch up, with the hammer that Father A's wielding. Then we encountered a vampire, nearly slayed him, and then apparently Octavia got enchanted and charmed, and she teleported away. I got their scents memorized, but they were too far away for me to follow them. I'm sorry. Oro already knows, and as far as I know, he went off and to try and find Ariana, to try and find her. We came back, and while he's doing this, he's also reapplying those bandages, like kind of cleaning the bandages, putting fresh ones on her. I'm sorry we could not do more.
Ariana is like, at that, she's gonna say, Octavia, is she dead?
She's the...
Define dead.
We don't know exactly what's happened to her. But again, she teleported away with the vampire, charmed under his spell. If she healed him, we waited there a bit to see if she would come back. She didn't come back, which means
we didn't wait.
Did we? We did kind of wait.
Well, you guys looked around a little bit, but that was about it.
Yeah, we waited a little bit.
Yeah.
Which would have been enough time for her. Probably, most likely, would be enough time that we would have actually, she would have teleported back if she came to. Most likely. She didn't come back, and so we only can assume the worst and pray for the best. Now, hold still. This might sting a little bit and then feel extremely cold.
Like, as you try and treat the wounds, she's gonna say, I've already been tended to today. Tarum is going to look at her and say, Your Majesty, Oro, he's impulsive. And she's gonna say, but he's not stupid. And
yes, he is.
And she's
with Johan.
With Johan, and he believed that your fighting style was a reflection of him. I wouldn't put it past him, thinking that him and Johan would be enough. And besides, I know that they tended to you. I can see that they did a good job. Actually, I'm going to do a medicine check to see on how well of a job they actually did.
Well, I mean, you already did a medicine check to apply stuff. Can you not use the same check, or no?
Also, just wouldn't that be undone by the wouldn't that be part of that check since you're undoing the...
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything because, she is a stubborn patient the whole way of just no, stop, But you can see, just telling from the salves that were used, the tightness of the bandages, the quality of them too. This isn't just burlap stuff thrown on her.
Alma would actually be good in this situation. Yeah, really good at.
You can tell that this has been some quality work that's been done.
Okay. Yeah, and Mero's also good here. He's with physical and magical healing. Anyways, he might be impulsive, but he's also in a very angry mood from the fact on how injured you were. I know this firsthand, as when we tried to break the news to him first, being him closest kin, he didn't take it too well.
Oof. Okay, Ariana is going to say a lot right now.
Okay.
She's going to say, look, I'm going to be away for some time.
Where?
And she says, if I had my druthers on the situation, Kalu. But if not Kalu, I've arranged with Anadelia to be locked away inside of Lithelia's keep inside of Somar Villa. It's secure and nobody can get in or out of it. She's going to say this today. I took a really bad hit on the battlefield, but everybody saw their magnate in battle and succeeding. I'll write stories about today, but and she's going to say everybody in this room already knows the truth. And she moves her hand to her stomach.
Mara's going to do a slight check to see on how badly that was damaged. What kind of check would that be?
I mean, you're not going to have to roll anything for it. Just using the same things with like how you've been trying to inspect her body. It seems like she did take special care not to, take any like pelvic damage. No bruises, no stabs or anything through there.
Okay.
When Oro says, "Hey, I trained her good," he did like Ariana's not a bad fighter at all. She's the leader of a country of people who can fight.
He did train her good.
Yeah.
It's just like, he trained you better than he thinks you did.
Specifically, the party saw Ariana before, be in a courtyard surrounded by like 50 soldiers on every side, and her hold her own against all of them. Not, like the most amazing person, but definitely not bad in a fight. She's going to continue and say, I've spoken to Alis, and and she's gesturing to her stomach again, and she's gonna say, this isn't something that's just happened. I've known for some time, but I can no longer hide it. In a few days, maybe weeks, I'm gonna start showing. Or no, few days, I'm gonna start showing. While it would normally be 3 to 4 months from here out, Alis has magic. She can put me to sleep for some time, and my body will experience time differently, and I'll be back in Ardor within the month, fully recovered and free of this burden.
You're double checking. Ryle does know about it, right?
Everyone in that room knows about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you had.
Okay, making sure. Yeah, Alma's the only one who doesn't know. Mero's going to just nod and say, just don't be too hard on yourself. And perhaps, maybe kind of try and reassure Aura a little bit. Again, he was very frustrated with the fact of how much damage you took and what he saw, as opposed to what he didn't realize you were doing.
Frustrated is a word.
Although I don't know him as well as some others here, I feel that he took it rather personal for every blow that you did take.
She is gonna nod and say, I'm sorry, I do trust him, but I couldn't trust him to let the plan happen as is if he knew.
That was probably smart.
I was just gonna nod and say, I know your reasoning, but you know mine.
She's
look at the...
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. And no, I was just gonna look at the rest of the party, kind of seeing like, if they had anything else to add, or...
A suggestion, Your Highness?
She looks to Rael.
Lady Kylissa has been in charge of the forces of Ardor now, and she seems to take that to be in charge of the Magnate's Knights as well. Perhaps it would be useful to give us a specific command to look for Lady Octavia, because if we move quickly, there's a chance we can find her. Otherwise, we will find our way on the way to Helena to fight in the battle against Elinlai.
Kylissa Tolls can tell me whatever she wants. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
She is going to nod and say, she's gonna nod and say, I give you that order, but unfortunately, this plan didn't come with certain sacrificing of powers. And she's gonna sit back down and say, while I'm being candid, she looks to Father Anderson, and is this something she's gonna say here? And why not? Why not? She almost got stabbed. She almost died today. What else has she got to lose? Other than her country and her seat. And she's going to...
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Well, see, funny you should say that. She's going to say, one of the reasons I'm recovering inside of the Nakart Keep, made a deal with Anadelia. She's gonna make this child situation disappear and handle any rumors or political fallout from it. But with it, I have to cede the child to her, and additionally, any orders I make must be verified through her seal. I give you the order, but you must run it by, or you must seek Anadelia's approval. I hate that blasted woman, but I'm just not in the position to fight with her right now.
If it makes you feel better, she's about the only person around you I trust.
Man, I was gonna look up, like, what about... Just kind of look at Father A, like, you don't trust me?
Like, when it comes to the advisors...
Yeah. 3 out of 4 of her advisors are evil.
Fair enough.
Take a guess which ones. They hide it pretty well, though.
To be fair, I have no in-character reason to not trust Tristan. He seems nice.
A morally questionable contact within the Chantry of Unity. Concordance.
One last thing, Your Highness. Do you still wish a statue made?
She is going to nod and say 1,000 soldiers inside of Storm's Nest saw me out on the streets of Ardor. She says, if you still need any, inspiration for my likeness, collect their quotes.
We never got the measurements.
Rai will cast Minor Illusion.
I say that out loud, like...
Go ahead.
Rai will cast Minor Illusion of a sample statue of Anadelia in battle, and see if she approves.
Okay, how are you posing her?
Sword upright, overhead, about to swing down, in movement, and striking down at something in full armor.
I would recommend it being something like a spirit that she's pinned or something like that, or a spirit that's leaving.
It's just a statue of her with no enemy.
Okay.
She is going to point to the other hand and say, "Can you put a spear in it?"
Oh, he'll change the illusion and put a spear in that one too.
And aggressive.
More aggressive?
No. I'm seeing if this meets all the notes. Let me look at her character card, because she is in the campaign Bible that I have to pull out, and see if you hit all the notes that she would ask for. I lied. That Bible is someplace right now in my room, and I don't feel like looking for it. She's gonna look at it, and she's gonna nod and say, yes, this pleases me. And she'll say, make it tall enough to leer over a courtyard.
Very well, Your Highness.
Mayo's a statue.
And final thing, she's going to say, make it out of black stone. None of that marble stuff from a little Nagai.
As you wish.
Wait, I'm trying to do a memory check. Does she knows about the Lycanthrope village, right?
Does she?
Or does she? That's why I'm asking.
Marrow hasn't told her anything about that.
Okay.
As far as she knows, you're a knight in service to Anadelia that Anadelia has given to her.
Okay.
Well, hey now, the marble's not a bad thing. That comes from the Tide Gate. It's the only redeem.
That comes from Marbleport.
It's in the Tide Gate!
Fair.
It's the only redeemable portion of the entire country.
Ryle bows and makes ready to leave.
Mayo's going to check if she happened to take his advice and keep some lavender around with her.
There's going to be some in this room, specifically what you guys left yesterday.
Okay. I still recommend you have some lavender nearby. I find it helps when you're becoming a bit frustrated with things out of your control. My family uses it quite extensively. Almost you could say it's a family flower.
She's gonna nod and say, well, I hope you do all find Octavia. And I'm giving you the order, and of course, let Anadelia know that I've given it to assist Oro. And I will be in Somar Villa with Alis. She'll put me into a long sleep, but by the end of the month, hopefully I shall emerge stronger, more whole.
And slight request of next time, allowing us to be able to visit you without such hassle. I feel a few guards question my appearance more so than they should, or I enjoyed.
She nods and says, if the ruse is to work, there must be no impunity through which anyone can see through.
Mara nods and says, understandable.
She nods to each of you and says, you're my most loyal. And she's gonna look specifically at Father A and say, I trust Johann just as much as you all do. He is, or actually, no. She's gonna say, I trust Johann just as much as I trust you. He acts on the compassion of his heart, which is the same thing that leads me.
Racist.
I'm sorry, am I supposed to respond to that? Like, whatever. Johan will keep Euro alive.
Alright.
Mero is going to bow and leave.
Do you guys want to do anything else here before we fast forward to the morning?
I mean, I'd like to take
Oh wait,
a moment
can I
alone.
finally play?
Oh.
No.
Don't mind me, I'm just sitting here in the corner.
You think about what you've done.
You forgot to
Are you
heal
upset
the
about
guy
the
who...
box? Okay. Like,
Hey, you forgot to heal one of the few people that was extremely bloodied after a battle.
I did not forget.
Yes, you did.
You declined.
So
No,
yeah,
I didn't.
I would ask if I could have a moment alone. Well, I mean, Tarim always has to stay.
Like with the group, but like
Yeah, like the other members of the group. If you could leave
Oh, wait for you outside.
for a moment.
Mero's just, as he's getting up to leave, he'll just look at him saying, troubled past, troubled history, but don't keep everything about you a mystery. And walks out.
nice rhyme.
Thank you.
Right, we'll go outside.
Yeah, you are alone with Ariana, other than Tarim, who is packing
I mean,
things.
Tarim's
in
always
the
there. You know what she did today was stupid, right?
She is going to roll her eyes and say, "How else do you justify the leader of a country disappearing for an entire month when it needs her the most?"
I don't know. Accepting that you maybe actually care for Oro and showing your pregnancy like a normal person.
She,
Like a normal. I feel like we are the worst people to actually say that.
yeah, and she's going to say, "Look, I won this throne in the ways of old. There are a lot who don't even accept my rule. There are a lot who don't even like another Bertolf is holding the throne." And she's gonna say, "Those who celebrate tradition won't celebrate this. Those who don't want me on the throne," she shakes her head and says, This is only more reason to try and take it from me."
Fair enough.
You're asleep.
I just worry that you get too caught up in trying to win the approval of people that will never give it to you by playing by their rules. At the very least, you should be honest with that boy.
And she's gonna look down and say, "I told him. That was more than I was planning originally."
I caught him melting chainmail. See, Marrow thinks it's just that he takes your training personally. That boy wasn't distraught because his student got hurt. He was distraught because the woman he loved got hurt because of him.
And when you say that, like, you're gonna see her, like, perk up as, not like in excitement, but just kind of like that shock down your spine. And she's gonna look up at you and say, "He said he loved me?"
No, well, not with his words. But please, do you think that if you had ever thought that boy didn't?
She's
I'll make it
gonna
work on your
shake.
insight.
She's gonna shake her head and say, "Back what we were doing in Father was just fun. Back then, our magnate was strong, our country was strong. I didn't think I'd ever have any responsibility."
If you truly don't feel the same way, you know that's fine. I'm not here to chastise you. Not feeling a certain way. I'm here to chastise you because you seem to want to either. Because you want to say you don't. Because of tradition. Because it's not proper.
And I am a man who likes to spit in tradition's face.
Your head knight is a Lilnigian transplant plucked out of a jail. There's nothing proper about us.
Doctor is a dog who's a shifter, but she doesn't know that.
She's gonna say, I can respect what he's done with his life as just a boy from the countryside. He's trained with some of the most renowned swordsmen in the world. His skill is unrivaled. Tarum is gonna say, hey, he hasn't surpassed me yet. And
I didn't know he talked.
I didn't know that either. And I still don't.
And Ariana's gonna go on and say, but I can't see a life with him. She's gonna say, this isn't a Lilna guy. We have nobility. We have families. We have inheritance. We have rank. We have ranks of citizenship.
You have a lot of bullshit.
There's actually 13 ranks cast of citizenship.
And Alma's a nice fat 0. He doesn't come from there. And a shipper, actually. I'm a negative.
Well, see, what you're actually called is a second-class citizen, below all of the other 13 ranks. You're the rare 14th rank. I'm kidding. Well, I'm not, but I jest lightly.
Well, then that's fair. If you truly just can't see a life. But he does love you. That's easy to see. Now that I'm done chastising you about your love life, I don't trust Alis. You need to be wary about her.
Ariana is going to say, I respect her ambition. Our nation is the nation of heroes. But I can understand how ambition can be easily twisted.
There's something off about what she does. I don't have evidence. That's why all I can do is tell you what I feel. But that magic she cast on you that night when the ghost storm first appeared.
And she's gonna say, hurt like the bridge. I remember it every night.
The bridge is a lovely place. I don't know why you avoid it.
There's simpler magics to prevent possession. I can cast them if I have the supplies.
And Ariana is going to nod and say, you're correct. At that time, the flurry of the ghost storm had caught me by surprise. It caught Jami by surprise too. I've wondered this ever since you gave Anna those scrolls.
I just want you to be wary and not rush too much just because you want this burden taken care of.
And she's going to say, you think she would hurt her magnate? A servant of the throne would do that?
Oh god. It's just that internal. That internal.
Like, you poor innocent girl.
Like, I just look, like, it's like, you just like the wide-eyed, like, playing back the moment I killed Marcus, doing the Kill Bill music. Just
who would do such a thing?
Like, who would kill their magnate? Hi.
I mean, you said it yourself. Vision can be twisted. Your brother ultimately was killed by his aggression. So, it doesn't take a lot to make things go sour. And that's why I don't trust Alis. I don't know her aims. Goals are what's important. And she's taken an entirely too vested interest in you since that ghost story.
Ariana is going to say, I don't know, when I'm in her presence, it just feels so soothing. It's like I've... Yeah, and it's a generic line. She's gonna say, it's like I've known her my whole life.
I really wish I could make like a fucking insight check or something. Connect all the goddamn dots right now.
Barty kicks the door down and it's just like, Alis, it's Celia!
Flip it around, goddammit!
But that has not been a string you guys have been chasing. Alis was the villain of this campaign, and then this campaign just became, I don't know.
So I'm trying to put us back on the right track, damn it.
I mean, yeah, and like just looking at Ariana, you have like sown a seed of like distrust in her mind. And
I'll keep looking into it.
Yeah. She's
Do you require oh sorry. If you're gonna say something.
No, she's gonna say, like, from this conversation, she is going to say, Taram's gonna look up at her and say, and then she's gonna go on and say, everybody saw what happened here today. They know I'll be recovering. Taram nods and says, yes, this was the plan. While you're in recovery to induce the labor through Alis's time magic. She nods and says, and if it's going to take the better part of this month, does it matter if it starts tomorrow or if it starts in 4 days? Taram is going to like stop and look back at her and say, I don't understand what you're asking, Your Majesty. And she's going to look at Father Anderson and say, only enough time that they can find Octavia, and then when we have forces that we can work with, we investigate this magic of Alis's. If it holds true, we go through with it, but she's going to exhale and say, for once I'll try not to be as impetuous as I normally am. And if it holds true, then we'll go with her magic. If we find fault in it, we'll come up with something else. Taram is going to stand up and say, now, you know, I obey your decisions, but opportunities like this, they don't come around often. This is a solution to all your issues. She nods and says, is it too good to be true?
Normally when it's too good to be true, it usually is. My little sleeping wisdom as I talk in my sleep.
Taram is going to, like, put his hand on his forehead, look away, and just, like, wide-eyed expression of, like, oh my god, this girl is gonna kill me. Of just not like fear, but like frustration. Yeah. And he's gonna say, if it's your command, my magnate. and he's gonna stop packing, push the chest aside, and go to the corner of the room and stand at attention. She looks up at Father A and says, "I'll stay for 4 more days. It's about all I can afford before people ask questions why I'm here." Find Octavia, then we'll talk about, or she's gonna say, "I can't demand your services to investigate A-List while Oro struggles so pressingly with Octavia. When you can, come back to me. We'll speak from there."
Of course. That's your command.
Oro is going to communicate something to Father A. And
Tarum?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Tarum is going to communicate something to Father A. And I'm just going to roll him a charisma check. And he's going to make eye contact with Father A. Eyes tilt towards Ariana and then shakes his head slowly. And you are going to get the sense of she's making a mistake. Or that he thinks. So you don't trust this magic. Of course you don't trust this magic. It's magic. It doesn't get more trustworthy.
My thing isn't so much, it's like, oh, it's magic. We don't trust the magic. Of course, no. It's like, no.
No, I'm just saying from his perspective. Like, that's pretty much the Ardorian view of magic. This magic's kind of sketchy. Have you did magic before? It's all sketchy. Anyways, you can leave the room if you want, but
I'll, bow and I'll leave.
Please, I want out of my corner.
Alright, your party is waiting for you in the hallway.
You just see Mero kind of looking around. I don't know.
I think we should get some sleep.
Actually, Mero is actually going to ask one of the guards and pulling out the receipt from his bag of holding if they know the location of the family that would own the receipt.
Can you give me the name of that family again?
Let me double check that.
Okay. And the rest of the party's going to sleep.
Dolpine Soren.
Okay. They tell you, it's a Vault receipt, so any Ruby Alliance, Gold Vault, will be able to tell you more information about it.
Okay.
So, do you want to go to sleep so we can skip to the 15th? Or,
I wanted
not
to
the 15th,
bring
I'm
up
sorry.
my hammer
Okay.
in that attempt to get it changed into something that I actually can use.
Alright. You are going to pray over your hammer. What do you ask her for?
Any weapon that he would get.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want to give it the big, the big wording. It's like Aldora. I have taken this hammer from one named Leith. I beseech you to alter it in a form such that I can use it to render your judgment.
Okay, how about this? When the magic starts glowing, it is going to be mutable. Roll me a religion check, and I'm going to say DC 14 or higher, you have the choice. DC, if you don't beat the DC, then you don't get a choice in the matter. The weapon is going to shape.
Bending the inspiration.
Okay.
Rolling it again.
Yay! Yeah.
All right. In your dream that night, you are going to see the the shape of a sickle, in the shape of a crescent moon. Additionally, as you grab it, in your dream of just seeing the hammer, it is going to take the form of a mace in your hand. And as you pull it from to wield it, it just kind of stretches and fogs into a short sword. You have the choice between any of those three.
So you said a sickle,
A sickle?
a mace,
Yes.
or
Sickle,
a
a mace, and a short sword. It's like Kingdom Hearts all over again. The wand, the shield, or the sword. Take your pick.
You like Kingdom Hearts.
I am gonna go with the sickle, because that sounds way cooler flavor-wise.
That was gonna be the one it was gonna be if it wasn't, if you didn't have a choice in the matter.
That's fair.
It is a moon crescent shaped sickle. You wake up in the middle of the night, like reaching out for it, and it is in your hand above you, and it is in the shape of a sickle, giving dim light throughout your room.
So now, it's not a moon-drenched hammer, it's a moon-drenched sickle.
That's still silver, so Marrow is now going to try...
It loses its versatile feature, and it deals 1d4.
It's 1d4, right?
Slashing? Yes, I believe.
Yes.
Well, it only needs 4 hours for a long rest. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it does an additional d4 radiant, right?
Yes, it still has all its magical features. It's weapon damage.
I never got down the extra radiant.
Hold on. I will show you Halith's thing, and Halith has the hammer on there. Let's see. Renalta Siege. Halith of Passage's Word. And you should have access to his character sheet. Do you see Moondrench Hammer? It deals it deals 1d4 plus 3d4 of radiant damage.
Oh, it does 3d4 radiant damage?
It does 3d4 radiant damage.
Hell fucking yeah! The thing is baller!
Well, it kills people good.
And now I kill.
Oh, you could have been stabbing people.
Did you not do that before?
You could have been stabbing people with the hammer in order to make sure they weren't shapeshifted instead of zoning truthing yourself.
just takes the hammer out, whack, 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 whack. Well, that's the thing, would they trust me?
Yeah, fair.
Right, it's just like the old man says, my magic hammer keeps shapeshifters in their real form.
Oh.
I don't trust the old man.
Meanwhile, Marrow, like, excessively sweating.
I don't have this on there. In order for it to revert people, you can do that by hitting it against anyone. In order to get the radiant damage, you need to be attuned to it.
And I imagine the whole dream sequence is not attuning.
It is not. This one doesn't stab you through the chest like, this is not a curse weapon.
Okay, I'll have to remember that.
It was like, why did you stab me with your sword? No. Your sword.
Alright. Fast forwarding, that's, I'm not gonna roll event dice for tonight because it's been a heck of a day. Yes.
At midnight, after Ra's long rest, he wants to cast Dream and target Octavia, and see if he can convince her to give up his location. So, in the order of time, maybe I need to roleplay it if you can get her, but...
Okay, hold on, let me... I'm not 100% familiar with Dream, so I'm pulling it up right now. Oh, thank you. I just flipped to the page, too, in the player's handbook. Okay. Dream. So say shapes creature dream to say a creature known to use a spell.
And if she's not sleeping, he'll just hold her the trance until dawn.
Okay. Okay, yeah, she is not sleeping, tonight.
That's not ominous.
Spell is actually going to... I didn't roll if that was in your favor or not. Do you guys want high in your favor or low in your favor?
Low.
Okay. Yeah, the spell is going to fail. When you cast it, failing to target anybody.
Cool. In which case he'll just study his books for the evening and take a short rest at dawn to use the arcane recovery thing.
Okay. All right. And it is the morning of the 11th of Hunter. We did it, guys. We got to the next week.
Yay! Now we just gotta get 2 days into the future.
Also, Alma, you can now actually do things now. This time in asleep for too long.
So I guess Mara, are you asleep? Are you in the same room as me, or?
Yes, actually, because because Mero decided to leave once Father A got the steel moon and.
But I mean, like when you came back for your long rest.
Yeah, you guys each were given your own rooms at South Pell, except Mero and Alma were stationed together because you guys were wards.
Yeah.
Right, so when you wake up, you see me kind of like sitting on the floor, cross-legged, and I'm rolling bones.
What are you doing? Mero's just saying as he's rubbing his eyes.
Greetings, friend. I was communing with a goddess in concerns to our friend from our little fight.
And what did you roll up?
I don't know. I'm in the process of doing it now. Would you like to join me?
I would be intrigued.
Alright, so I'm casting the ritual. I'm sorry, I have to find what it's called again.
Yeah, you messaged it to me. I remember reading it, but I forgot the exact name of it. Actually,
Augury?
Yeah, it's augury.
Yep, I was gonna say, I can just look at our messages.
So, basically, I'm specifically looking for, is a friend alright? Basically, it's like, well, good results, woe, bad results. Well and woe for kind of both. Or nothing, as if, not specific enough.
Okay, so, what are you, what's the course of action you're asking?
I will basically be divining for 3 things. One, is the condition of the ghost portal improving or not, well or woe? Is Octavia physically at least alright? She hasn't become an undead or anything.
Okay, so the first one you're going to get...
And the last thing is... Well, I said 3 things.
The first one, you're going to get Wheel and Woe for the... is the ghost portal improving. Octavia is her health good, you get Woe. What was the last one?
I didn't say it yet, you cut me off.
Okay.
The last thing was more just like, is the condition of the people in the city, you know, how many, like, is the undead outweighing the living?
The undead outweighing the living. You know, the more you cast this, the more unstable it gets, right?
Yeah.
You get Wheel and Woe for the last one.
Because 3 is kind of like my limit, I think. Before it starts becoming fog.
Yeah.
So it's like, interesting results. As I'm just kind of staring at the bones that I've rolled.
Yeah, and Mero's just going to go over, like, what does each crack mean?
Well, if the bone is whole, or if the side shows up as whole, it means basically good fortune. Well, if it's cracked, it means woe, meaning bad. And I'm not sure if I said my conditions out loud, so I'm going to explain to you basically, like, the first one I checked on was the condition of the storm, and basically it's not going away, but it's also improving as well. So it's a mixed result. I've checked on Octavia's condition physically, if she's alright, and unfortunately it came up as woe. So she is definitely suffering. And the last one was, have we thinned out enough of the dead where the living can outweigh the dead? And unfortunately it came up as a will or woe, where it's kind of at an equilibrium at the moment.
Never thought bones were useful in terms of reading.
If you know what you're looking for, they can give you many answers. And I kind of just scoop up the bones and put them in a pouch.
Well, I'm pretty sure anybody else waking to it would question you, but I've seen weirder things in my clan. Shamans usually tend to do this. Seems like you had a good rest, though.
Yes, it was very enlightening.
I believe we should meet up with the rest of the party. And
I believe we should convene and share the information that I've discovered.
Agreed. And then we shall go to someone who... I believe the group will have more... trusting of their terms of getting information than you. No offense. I don't think the rest of the group will trust you in terms of getting information.
It's more of a generalization. The gods work in mysterious ways and generally don't like to give you a straight yes or no.
I don't know. Gale-song's pretty to the point.
These bones are basically the closest we're going to get.
Well, I have a feeling Father A will say otherwise when we talk to the one who I am knighted to, reluctantly. He says as he starts putting his weapons on and kind of just muttering, "Spirits guide me" in Druidic, and while holding his pendant before leaving the room.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
You know, do I just gotta meditate on my new sweet sickle for an hour? Or is it gonna go through my chest? Do I have to kill a chaotic neutral person? Do I have to kill an orphanage?
Regular attunement for this. This is not a weapon given to you in the way.
So I have to kill a stable boy.
Lumberjack didn't have to kill a stable boy. He just chose to.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
How do you actually attune a weapon?
You just meditate with it for an hour.
Yeah. The party is actually together, though, in the mess hall for the morning of breakfast.
Well, I wanted to attune with it after I woke up, so I don't know if that means I'll be late.
Well, you'll have time. Alma just took like 40 minutes to cast, those...
Yeah, I figured I would probably get that taken care of while that was... So, that's what I noted. When I roll up into the mess hall, I don't have a hammer anymore.
Like, we just see Father A walking up with a scythe, and it's like, oh, hello.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to get a sheath for that thing. You give off dim light, just everywhere you go.
I gave up dim light with the hammer!
Yeah, you did. But then you looked like a specter of death yesterday. You've had a little bit of time to clean up and stuff. It's just like...
isn't he, though?
I am kind of a specter of death.
There.
It's just
Never mind. I recede all comments.
Also, I just like the idea that I have, like... I like to think that I have the sickle, like, sheathed to my left hip, and I have the the foot lantern on my right hip, so...
it started burning again, by the way.
I'm just lit.
Yeah.
I imagine it started burning, like, well before...
I imagine it started burning as soon as we left the building, after he left from talking to the High Council woman, or...
No, it takes about an hour for them to turn back on.
Oh, I thought we were there talking for an hour while Alma had a really good long rest.
Almost. Yeah, but it's back on. You guys are all together inside the mess hall. There are going to be various diplomats coming through here eating breakfast. Squads of guards sitting down. Servants, bringing out food for those who need it.
Yeah, Mara's going to get just some warm, just a warm meal.
Okay.
Just to eat. warm meat and something warm to drink.
So, here's the thing about chefs in South Pell. They're not very good because it's a cursed position now. I have introduced 3 chefs inside of this keep, and all 3 of them have either died or been forced to stop being a chef. So the new chef is just like, yeah, just get another one. He actually is somewhat of a decent. You're able to get somewhat of a fancy warm meal.
Well, nothing too fancy, just something that, like, I don't know.
I'm old, so like oatmeal.
Yeah.
To anybody watching the stream, when Rachia was kidnapped from this building by Group 1 in the last set of campaigns, the chef was the first person to get stabbed through the chest.
Makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I would argue that the greatest chef to ever grace these halls was one Roman.
Fair.
I will use Rye will use his cantrip, prestidigitation, to make the food taste nicer, and he'll still only eat a fraction of it before pushing it aside.
Okay. But yeah, you guys are all together, and you can share any information you want.
So I woke up to my roommate doing some interesting communications that might be useful for us.
No, did he do that thing where he pretends to talk to Haldora?
Like, think of rolling a game of dice for Dead Man's Cup or whatever it's called, but with bones.
Yeah,
I'll let him explain what the results were.
Augury.
Never.
Pretending.
I'll let him explain what he read.
Unfortunately, it's not a lot of good news, but I'll start with the best news first. I checked up on I asked the mistress if the situation with the portal is improving or not, and I got a wheel and woe. So
She doesn't
there have been improvements, but you know it's still an issue. Next, I asked on your friend's condition,
Octavia.
physically, and unfortunately, it did come up as woe. So she is definitely in worse condition than when we last saw her. And lastly, I checked on basically the ratio of undead versus living in the city, and it's at an equilibrium at the moment. So they're about even, is what I interpreted from it.
Are other people within earshot?
Say it again?
Other people within earshot?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't check for that, actually. Whoops.
I'll just roll you guys a percentage die. Yeah, this mess hall is active, but everybody here is either trusted servants or are trusted allies, or going about their own business. Nobody's paying you too much attention. The long tables, there's the closest person's going to be about 10 feet up from you guys.
Okay, so not within, like, because I'm not, I mean, I'm talking normally, but I'm not, overly loud either.
Ryle will lower his voice substantially. Last night, I attempted to contact Octavia through her dreams and was unable to. It not only, if she was awake, I would have known, but instead I could not make any contact. In my estimation, it's very likely that she has been turned. And no longer sleeps. Given the information that she holds, I suggest that we make Anadelia aware of this as soon as possible, and that we should talk with her soon.
We can do that first, we can do that immediately. We are living in a house.
We may need to expect the worst results.
I also have a locate creature spell prepared. And so if we are to hunt down Joseph, Octavia, or Draylin, then I could start scouring the city for areas they could be, and if I get within a mile of them, I should be able to locate them.
I can smell them from further away.
We need to be able to find where they... We need to find where either...
Most likely, they would go to wherever the hideout is for the one that she rescued, quote-unquote. Is what I would assume a vampire lord would do, is take them to their hideout or into a spot where they can do a more formal feasting.
Given Anadelia's position, she might have more information about where we could find them, so perhaps going to her promptly would be useful.
It's been brought to my attention just that it's more effective if we take the fight to a vampire lord. Clean.
And how do you properly get rid of a vampire? I've killed undead in the past, but never one of this caliber.
Well, basically, we do what we did when we fought Joseph originally. Except, this time, we actually kill him.
I will pull out 3 pouches of the protection from evil and good components and drop them on the table.
I so happen to prepare that in the middle of my dreams.
I always have that prepared as well, actually, because I am a ranger. Ironically, the problem with that is the protection of good and evil resource
takes powdered silver, consumes it.
Well, it also could be holy water.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Which takes powdered silver.
Solid water, or contains silver powder.
Yeah, so ironically, Maruno, it's just he never keeps it on him unless it's an extremely powerful reason, which sadly he doesn't have. And
like I said, it falls under that category.
Yeah, no, and it's in this very thick bag.
Friend, I know that silver powder is not the nicest thing for us, but, we're not that weak to it.
For me, more so than you. As I state, as you are not of like and blood per se.
Both of the mess hall doors are open at this point, held open. You guys see a entourage of servants coming in.
Ooh, looks like something fun's about to happen.
You guys can keep talking.
That is in character, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, Maro's
the focus will need to be on all of you. Ryle, Alma, Marrow. I don't worry about being charmed. It doesn't affect me like it affects the rest of you.
Maro's going to go ahead and take one of the bags of the requirement and start casting protection on himself.
Don't cast it. No, stop.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't last that long.
Oh.
Do it when we're actually... It's a thing you want to do right before we strike, not the day before.
Okay. As you guys are talking, you were going to see these servants moving around a much shorter woman in the middle. As they make their way towards you, people are being... they're talking to people, and they are getting up and leaving this table, walking either to a different spot in the mess hall or out of the mess hall. Is slowly clearing a path coming towards you.
Maro's going to sniff smell in the direction of the group, see if he can figure something out about them.
I mean, you smell a cacophony of smells from this point. But I mean, in between the servants, you guys see how High Councilwoman Anadelia Surreal. Renalpaw Surreal. And as she gets to where you guys are sitting, the servants are, going to just form a small circle around you, and she's going to whisper in a harsh tone to Father Anderson and say, "Father Anderson, a word, if you will."
Oh no, Surreal. mad at me. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go.
Alright, she walks.
I was buried in Somar Villa.
She walks with you over to the area of the dining hall that's been cleared, and talks in a quiet voice. But
before you continue, I would like to try to cast Clairvoyance where they're having the conversation.
Go ahead and cast it.
Also, I'm going to pick an ear up again.
Clairvoyance is a 10-minute casting time.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
Sucks.
Nah, in that case, it's Perception. Because Perception, I will be straining my hearing. Actually, don't I have advantage on? I need to check this one.
Actually, wait, I'm also going to look towards them because I'm able to read lips. So even if I can't hear them, I can see them. Yes, I am.
Been turned against.
Okay, no, I was hoping wait, I'm a dog person. Do I have advantage on hearing perceptions? No.
Oh, no, I have a trait that is observant, so I will read lips.
Damn it!
I will just tell you guys. Anadelia rolled a stealth check. She rolled a DC 16.
I did not get it.
Here's my passive of 24.
Yeah, you're
both observant.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to hear it.
And my passive perception is 18 as well, so...
Yeah, and she's going to whisper...
Wait, no, my passive is 16. Can I just decide to use my passive?
At this point, no, it's active listening. You have
God
to...
Alright.
You can, if you can read lips, though, you can position yourself in a way that you can read the lips, but you're not going to be able to hear them.
I do have actor, so I actually can.
Actor is not the feat that lets you read lips. It's observant.
Observant.
Yeah. Rael. Rael's not going to be able to pick it up over this. It's active listening, so you are going to have to roll. But if you can see their lips, you can position yourself. Like if you just get up and move a few feet and look around the servants, and you're just like, "What's going on over there?"
Yep, he'll do that.
Yeah, and what about Marrow? Marrow has observant as well.
You already rolled me your perception check. Your perception check is good.
Okay, so I'm good?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, Father A and Anadelia, you are, or rather, she's going to lean in with a harsh whisper and say, "You convinced her to stay to stay 4 more days in this city? Whose side are you on?"
I'm on everyone's side. I don't trust Alis.
Anadelia is going to bite her bottom lip and say, "I had to cede power to Kylissa. That's our enemy. I don't care about one of the damn diviners."
Whatever. Alis did something to Oriana. Do I actually know that, did the magic visually seep into her, seem to attack her womb? Or is that meta-knowledge?
I mean, so what you saw those veins, the black veins all over her body, her writhing in pain, and then all of them receded, going centrally into her body, from her arms, to her chest, from her neck down, from her legs up. So it's not horrific, or it's not out of place to guesstimate that that's probably where it was focused.
The night the ghost storm attacked, the first time, Alis cast some kind of spell under the pretense of protection. Black veins, immense pain, it all seemed to focus in on her center. I got caught up in the moment, hence the lapse in protection. But, knowing what I know now, I'm wondering if Alis knew better. If she did something to that child, wouldn't she want to know?
Ariana is going to look up, towards where Ariana's rooms are, and she's going to say, "Are you implying she's cursed? That would explain all of her horrible decisions."
No, that's just her.
I love it.
And Anadelia is going to like shake her head and say, regardless, I'll dispel her myself. And she again like looks back to Father A and says, but convincing her to try and go public with that child of hers, I want it. I don't need you working against me or this country. The sooner she's out of here, the sooner I'm in charge, and the sooner that thing is out of her, the better.
Get a hold of yourself. It's her child. As for everything else, we'll see where it goes. But no matter who keeps it, whether she goes public or it goes with you, I'd like to know that it's safe. That it's not going to be another mess that we're going to get out of. I don't care who raises it. I don't want either of you raising a demon.
Anadelia is gonna like bring her hands to her forehead and say, "This has just been a hard few months for our country. And at every turn, something is either going wrong, somebody is betraying me, somebody is double-crossing me, somebody's kidnapping my damn wife, and I thought for once we were on the same page."
I've been in jail. Been stabbed. I watched our last magnate die. I watched Respus die. I watched Marcus die. I found out the child that I smuggled out of this city 20 years ago is our current magnate. And yes, what, 2 weeks ago? How long ago was 2 weeks ago was when this all like the original?
Yeah, about 2.5 weeks ago.
2.5 weeks ago, my best friend died because of this ghost storm. And yesterday, I had to fight a heretic. And then I had to fight a vampire. And after that, Oro's sister was taken by that fiend, and now I have to handle that. Don't you talk to me about betrayals, backstabs, and dealing with things. I've had the longest month of my 53-year-old life. You're all gonna drive me to the bridge.
And she is going to say, well, remember what matters the most in this. Our country and its fate.
Don't give a shit about the country. You are talking to the wrong person.
You're the only one who can't hear this shit. You be quiet.
I know. I can't say anything. This is a player commentary.
That's why I'm trying to make sure that our magnate is safe. And what most likely will be the heir is safe. It's just 4 days. I'm also supposed to ask your permission so I can actually go get Octavia back from Joseph first.
In all honesty, she's probably a thrall.
And she is going to nod and say, and she's going to say, yes, by all means. Wait, what? And she's going to shake her head and say, before that, and she's going to say, the longer she's here, the longer Kylissa has to weave her webs in Ariana's mind. The girl doesn't already like me.
You need to work on that.
And Anadelia was nodding and saying, what do you think I was doing trying to get her to sleep for a month? And then she's going to say, what happened to Octavia?
I'm sorry, what?
She's going to say, what happened to Octavia?
Not good things.
Yesterday we went out into the city proper to help, help mitigate the ghost storm's damage. A large amount of people went to Tyrann's-Fall. Bewitched, presumably. There was a dwarf, Halith. The passage or something. I think he was one of a leftover herald from the original. He beckoned them all to die. Divine magic. Horrid things. We fought. He killed him. In our investigations afterwards, Joseph Firth. Firth? It's Firth, right?
Firth? It's Fifth. Yeah, we'll just go with Firth. Why not?
That's fine. We'll pretend I pronounced it correct. Fife. Okay. Oh, there's an F in there. Joseph Fife showed up. He seemed to be in league. The dwarf wasn't too happy about the fact that I had killed him. We fought. We did quite a number on my neck and shoulders. I thought we had him, but he charmed Octavia. She teleported him out of there.
And you're gonna see Anadelia like look around, almost like she just heard something else, and just like, and he turned her. She's a part of the Fang.
We don't know, but she's a powerful sorceress.
And she's gonna say, "Gods, it would make sense the Twilight Fang had something to do with this portal. They've been trying to control Ardor for, God, I don't know how long."
Draylen had tried to make moves to get onto the High Council, so it doesn't surprise me.
And she's gonna say, "And if they can't rule it, destroy it, cause chaos, and when we're weak again, make another attempt at the throne." And she's gonna look up at towards Ariana's room again and say, "Do you think they'd send assassins after her?"
I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably already on the move.
And it worries me.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, it worries me. We're not exactly well equipped against magical. And now they have a sorceress. Joseph, they're all probably capable. But, at the very least, this is the first one I know of. For sure. Mostly an arcane. Also, is our spidey senses tingling? Do I need to...
Because, like, how many people are, like, listening in? I know my group.
Look back at your party, they all wave at you.
Just, like, give a thumbs up.
Anadelia is going to say, "One of their members has gone dark. I haven't been able to track him. Draylen's still in the country. So is Athiu. And Joseph has joined their ranks. I'll consult with Lady Nakard about how to proceed. She knows the Twilight Fang well." She's gonna look side to side and whisper again to Father Anderson and say, "Get it together." And she's gonna turn and start walking out of the dining hall. You can take that as approval to go, Well, I mean, I guess you can take that as approval to go save.
I'm gonna take it as approval.
Yeah, same.
I just got permission to break Joseph's kneecaps.
And so did I. And everybody else in this room.
Yes, she received both of those messages, by the way, for Rael.
Cool.
Basically, I just got permission to break someone I hate's kneecaps. Oh yeah.
So can
I do kind of lean in. It's like, so what's the gist of it?
We have permission to go after the vampire that charmed us and took our member.
Oh, you were going to ask permission? I thought we were just going to go.
Knights can't do everything that they desire. Hence why I was very
Seems
hesitant
inconvenient.
to join. Hence why I was very hesitant to accepting it. But my old friend needed it in terms of being able to keep my clan safe.
You guys see Anadelia walking back into the hall.
Like walking back towards us?
Yes.
Or, like, walking out. Oh, no. What did I do this time?
What is it towards Marrow?
No, she walks towards the party. Like, you guys have like a few seconds if you just wait for her to come back. She's going to put her hands on the table and lean in again and say, in regards to what we just discussed with the magnate, and her eyebrows are going to squinch together, and she's going to say, why didn't you dispel it? Are you not capable of such a thing?
What? The charm?
She nods and says, yes, the charm.
I am capable of such a thing. Wasn't capable yesterday. And it happened rather fast.
No. She's referencing in regards to the magnate. She told you said you don't trust Alis, and she's just like, so what? She cursed the magnate? I'll go dispel a curse. That's not hard. And so she's walking away and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go, dispel like the curse off the magnate. Wait, he's a cleric. Why didn't he do it? And then she's coming back and yeah.
No, I'm not capable of dispelling magic. I'm much more fighter than a holy.
She's also gonna nod.
I'm capable of dispelling curses, though I don't have it prepared at the moment. I wasn't aware that something like that needed to be done.
I have it prepared. I had no idea.
She's gonna shake her head and say, no, the magnate's not cursed. You guys feel like the magnate probably is cursed. It's like a simple charm.
Do you not see my attire? I specialize in curses.
It's just like, if we need this to be dispelled, why do we have to go into a room where she could be possibly needed herself?
Look, I don't know exactly what she's cursed with. You have to remember that.
Roll me that history check, Father Anderson.
Well, I mean, like, I think I know the gist of it.
You know she's not cursed, but you're gonna add essential information that's gonna let your party members know stuff.
I got a 16.
Boom! 16. You know one of the key components that she was waiting before she cast the spell?
spring water.
Yes. That makes things particularly potent and very hard to remove. It infuses itself with basically like the life force of somebody.
What's the spell?
No, a component that was used in it is basically magical elf water. And Father Anderson's gonna recall that, like, wait, Cinder had that vial of Alyan spring water that Alis bought, and then it was empty after she cast the curse. Do you share that?
Yeah, no, I would.
Okay.
Alis used Alyan spring water.
And those who are knowledgeable in medicine are going to know that just as, like, a vampire drinks blood to, like, basically drain somebody's soul, Alyan river water, you know, like, one of its potent effects is when you need to deliver a magical effect or anything like that, it basically bonds with the life force inside of somebody's blood.
And Mayo's going to share that with the rest of the party because he's very proficient in medicine. And kind of...
Alma in medicine, I need to check.
Yeah.
Can I do an Arcana check on the curse, on the description of the curse?
Not that good. I specialize in holy healing, not physical.
Right, I'm not proficient, but I have a +4.
You bitch. I have a +8.
No, you guys don't have to roll for that. It's pretty much a common thing in this world. Alyan river water has special properties. Like, the elves spend, like, their entire existence on Cedal is cleansing the Alyan river so that it flows, you know, with very clear water.
Just like, I know how the voodoo do.
I know the voodoo do.
Rael's making an Arcana check on the curse. He hasn't heard a description of it except that you guys are discussing a curse, like the magnate's curse, and that it involved Alyan river water. Other than that, you're not going to have much to go on. So I'm going to set the DC at...
I mean, I can give you the visual visual hints, but you'd have to ask.
Yeah. At this, I would set the DC at very hard at 30.
Also, I'll go ahead and cast my cantrip guidance on him to try and help him get advantage on that.
Well, so this is the first he's heard of the curse, so he'll ask Father Anderson for more information. So the magnet's been cursed?
And again, Anadelia's gonna say, it's not the magnate is fine.
Aelin's cast a spell under the pretense of protection. Used Dalian spring water. Black veins appeared on body. A lot of
How long
pain.
did it take her to cast the spell?
Do I remember that?
Can I cast guidance to help him with his memory?
Guidance lasts for 6 seconds. Like, if you're just rubbing his back and it's like, yeah, like, hey man, you got this, I'll allow it. But,
it's like, try
Am I making a history check?
No, I'm just saying, Marrow can cast guidance on Father Anderson. Guidance lasts for any check you want to roll. But for Father Anderson, does he remember you guys weren't with her? You guys rescued her from outside, brought her inside the keep, gave her over to the diviners, and then were like formulating a plan. Her and Alis left from the diviners. Alis took her upstairs to the office, and while everybody's like, down here like trying to figure out what's happening, you guys heard screams coming from her office a few minutes later. And then that's when you came in and saw the ending effect of the curse. She was, on the ground writhing. The black veins were all over her body. And Alis was like, it's fine. It hurts, but, it's in a second, you'll see. She'll be good as new. And then,
Couldn't have been more than a couple minutes. I didn't actually see the casting, but we heard the cry.
God, I wish Alma was actually there. I do actually specialize in curses.
Aren't you there?
Well, I mean, I wasn't there at the casting is what I meant.
I see.
Yeah, no, he just joined us after you did.
Now, Alis told you, Father Anderson does know Alis did curse her. She told you what the curse does and why she did it. That is a history check if you don't remember.
Again, Amaro is going to give guidance on that.
I mean, wait, I'll take it. Can I have the guidance?
Yes.
Damn it! We almost got to the 30!
27. Yeah, when you confronted her about the magic, she said it was a small curse. Basically, the spirits were possessing people, and they can't possess somebody who's possessed. So it was like a minor possession that's not ever going to run out of time to ward off other spirits from trying to attack her.
Oh, so that's gonna be like, oh.
It's like, Wait, she's possessed?
She possessed her with something else to keep the other things out.
And then I'm going to pray on my
so Anadelia's gonna say an
exorcism.
An exorcism. God, who do I know that can do that? She's gonna walk off in thought.
Alma, maybe we can confer if you're a specialist in curses.
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
So, is that advantage?
Yeah, he can help you. The DC is significantly easier, but the DC was to figure out what the curse did. Alis told Father Anderson what it did.
So it's related?
I'm pretty sure I can also do an exorcism, but I don't have that.
Yeah, prepared. You guys don't have to roll that Arcana check to remember,
actually, let me
find out what the curse
check my
did.
spells. I might actually have something to.
This was information you guys were given, but there were 2,000 things happening at the time. That and Alis was just like, it's no big deal. Chill out. This is a little tiny curse.
What? Here's the problem of what's the curse. What is the curse?
This is a tiny curse. Curses get bad names. Come on.
She possessed somebody.
Literally half of my spells are curses. Basically my arsenal is curses.
It's just teeny tiny curse.
So it's like, I have a feeling that I'm pretty good at cursing people.
Can you get that curse off of the woman that is running the country?
Probably. I'd have to prepare it. I don't have anything for it right now.
Prepare
I mean, I have to do a long rest. It's an 8-hour thing.
So perhaps it sounds like
short
Anadelia is off to find someone who can exercise her at the moment. Perhaps we should continue on looking for Octavia.
Yeah.
On that,
I think it might be. Is it ceremony that you could do that?
On that 27 for that Arcana check, you're gonna know if Alien River Water was used as a spell component. A remove curse isn't going to be effective against this. Neither is dispel magic.
Greater restoration.
Greater restoration.
There is actually. Well, I mean, we can just do remove. Oh wait, no, we're not talking about the curse, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the exorcism.
Greater.
Well, the remove curse will unbind it, but it won't remove it from her.
Yeah, that's not going to get rid of it. Let's see. Greater restoration. At this point, let's see. No, greater restoration's not going to do it either. At this point, the easiest way to think about it would be to think of a lock and tumblers, and if Alis used this one material in it, there's probably multiple she used, and you would more so, rather than trying to undo the curse, try and undo each component and then undo the curse. There's probably a reason why she put as much stuff as she did into this, to keep it on her.
Could possibly, since she's still in town, have someone ask what exactly, if she could recall any of the components.
You know who saw her component list? Octavia. I'll roll.
Really?
You have to find her.
Because I don't want to screw you guys, I will roll you a percentage die if Weston saw them too. You guys don't know, but I rolled it.
So Raul shared that dispel magic, remove curse will not work, greater restoration won't work. It's likely we'll need to do more research and learn the components that we use in the curse and unlock them or reverse them one component at a time.
Yeah.
So is we're saying that it's beyond our mortal power to do it in one go.
Yeah.
A wish might work.
Wish might work. It's not beyond your mortal power to do it in one go. It's more so that, think of it like a combination lock. Like if you were unscrewing something, you just don't know what Alis did.
Still might know a guy.
Yeah, Alis did magic. So far, Alis hasn't proven to have any magic other people don't have. But... Well, other than, however, she's not sleeping at night. That seems to be a her thing.
Well, it's probably because she's an undead banshee.
Fair! That's fair!
And if that's the case, she possessed herself. Wait, is it a is our bench? No, I'll ask her out to stream. Don't worry.
Well, we need to look for Octavia at some point. We'll have to do some research. If you want, you can go ask Alis.
If Octavia's been
Let's ask Yorkin about the curse she put on somebody. She'll be happy to oblige. And then maybe she'll stop time and kill you.
Let's ask her nicely, and by that I mean we're going...
Another option is if she would likely have notes of her research into this curse. So if someone was to distract her and someone else was to explore her study, there might be a chance of finding some physical evidence.
We have to talk to Weston.
I'm pretty good at keeping a distraction.
We have to talk to Weston.
Is pursuing this more important than looking for Octavia?
No, well, maybe not. I'm not keen on the fact that the Twilight Fang has a new member.
Especially one as powerful as her.
So, that's a threat. But this is also a threat. But I also have And I'm gonna like pull it up and hold it. I have a shiny new toy given to me by Haldora, and I'd like to use it for its intended purpose.
I hope that purpose is not smacking me upside the head with the sharp end.
Don't give me a reason to make it that way.
As long as we're working together, my arrows will be guided towards our foe, not towards your back.
Oh, speaking of which, Father A's gonna point at Marrow. You actually capable of fighting a vampire?
I've never fought a vampire before, but undead are my hobby of choice.
I do hunt undead, but vampires new to me as well.
Well, and I'll kind of like, what's your weapons? Do you have a short bow and...
Me?
Yeah.
Marrow literally just drops his weapons on the table, which, I
need to know what they are.
Staff, hunting trap, a short bow, a spear, and 20 arrows.
Interesting. You do know that for the most part, these are hit or miss, right? Nothing... Staff's fine. Arrows aren't any good against skeletons. There's no good against skeletons.
I've got skeletons. I can take care of skeletons pretty easily.
I had to craft these by myself. I haven't seen a good weaponsmith since I left my clan.
Welcome to Order.
Are there any good weaponsmiths I could see? I have been meaning to get some better gear.
I'm sorry, let me be more... Let me drip this in a little more sarcasm. Welcome to Order. We're an entire nation built on combat. Yes, we have weaponsmiths.
Well...
Have you met the people running around this hall? They're not exactly scholars.
Yeah. Father Anderson has a sword that literally denotes he's nobility. That is his mark of nobility. It is a weapon.
Yeah.
Actually, shouldn't Marrow see this one as well?
No, because he's one not betrothed to someone, and secondly, he is knighted by a spy. He wouldn't most likely have a weapon on him.
Yeah, he would have to. He wouldn't have one. This is an old tradition. This tradition was like, this happened because of the last magnate. Was like nobody wanted to respect his rule, and he was like, well, I'll call in the traditions of old. Y'all don't want to respect me in the traditions of new, then bada bing, bada bam, I'll declare war on you and force you to.
Oh, is that why you killed the last magnate?
Look, I know somebody that can get you something nice. I know a weaponsmith.
My preferred is bow, but I enjoy a good staff for walking around.
How do you feel about axes? Just good with axes.
I have to, out of character, let me check. I'm good at club, dagger, dart, javelin, sickle. I can actually I'm good with a scimitar as well. No axe. I'm good with martial weapons as well.
Anyways, she's gonna be good for a lot more.
Axe falls under martial.
Yeah, if you're proficient in simple martial weapons, you're proficient in simple. You can use an axe.
Okay, yeah, I'm okay with an axe.
Cool.
I can use it, but again, my preferred is a bow. Anything that can attack from range, I'll be more effective with.
Well, we'll see what she has. Besides, she'd probably have some information we could use. You said you could possibly locate Octavia, Ryle?
I can. Did you get any suggestions from Anadelia about where in the city to search?
No. I should probably go ask her. She keeps tabs on the thing for Cecilia.
Anything to narrow down the area would be useful. If you're going weapons shopping, then I only have my spells that can hurt a vampire. Magical longbow or short sword would be most appreciated.
I should.
Galay would either have it or know where to get it. Provided that girl's okay.
Real quick, as you guys are talking, you're going to see somebody, just because you guys mentioned it, and I feel like he'd be more in your line of vision, getting up from the mess hall from eating breakfast and moving and bringing his dishes, or rather, I guess, utensils, to the to a servant to take them. You guys are going to see Weston. He is about 45 feet from you.
Weston.
You call to him. Does he hear you? He's gonna look over at you guys, and he's gonna wave.
Can you come here, please?
Yeah, I was gonna just
hands away
with
his dishes, and he's gonna come towards you. He's going to nod at everybody and say, "My lords, I am not armored because I was just about to start my shift, and I will protect the magnate. I gave Master Oro my word."
Oh, I trust it wholeheartedly.
What did you hear?
You've been skulking around Alis's study.
He is gonna shake his head and say, No, I wasn't. She caught me in the castle and she made me clean her study.
Okay, so you've been in her study, though.
He nods.
She has a spell. It's a type of curse. Part of its components is alien spring water. Did you see anything about that?
He is gonna say, oh yeah, she had a big spell book of stuff, locations, knowledge, lore. He shrugs and says, I didn't understand any of it.
I'm really just looking for a component list. You know, the list of things she'd need for it. Not necessarily how to do it.
So he rolled a history check, and he's gonna scratch his head and say, magic bumbo jumbo. She needed some twigs of certain trees. I know there was a phoenix egg on there. There was metals. And he shakes his head and says, I just glanced at it briefly, but I honestly couldn't tell you what was what. He rolled a 2 on his history check.
He rolled a 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in her study was this list?
The study is shared with the 2 other diviners. He's gonna say, the divining table, she has her spellbook on it, but she has 2. There's another one she keeps in her room. It's locked in a chest on her bed, but she never uses it. She moved it for me.
Mira's going to cast guidance and say, just tell us any names that stuck out to you. Seemed a bit off.
Alright, so he rolls a 3 plus a d4, and he's, gonna say wart, something wart?
Wart.
Worm's word.
Can I use my knowledge of curses to see if I can guess what it might be?
I will roll you guys just one more check for Weston, and he rolls a 9. He's shrugging. He's just like, I really don't know magic. If I thought it was more important, I would have tried to.
Okay, but can I use my history to make an educated guess?
Well, not pat his shoulder. It's just kind of like.
You can, but it is going to be extremely difficult. As in, she made this thing.
Yeah, okay. Mary was going to say, it's okay. We are just...
I want you to suck it, Brandon!
It is a nat 20, but the DC was at 25.
Come on!
You're gonna think, and you're gonna be like... and you know what? I will give you information on this.
Give me something, come on,
you're gonna think on this and just like, what? God. What could she have done like curses. I don't know any curse that could have involved any of those like things, but there was this whole demon crusade thing inside of Red Axe a few months ago. Maybe if she learned something from there, they'd know something I don't, because I wasn't involved in that mess. Because I know every curse under the sun, but those curses are the ones I know I don't know. So.
Oh, actually, ooh. Like kind of as a player thing.
No, when you go like with the demons in Red Axe, kind of like.
No, it's like I have a feeling it has something involving Red Axe and demons, and possibly binding maybe a minor demon to her. That's under her control.
How minor of a demon are you referring to?
Minor enough to not raise suspicion, so at worst, an imp. And again, I'm just guessing. Demon. I deal with undead. Demons I have some knowledge of, but I'm not an expert.
The Crimson Crusades are common knowledge in the world. Red Axe announced its official religion as Gendenthel, and they started openly worshipping demons, and they killed a bunch of innocent, peaceful diplomats, a lot of other religions in the country, and the country was thrown into complete chaos. It was a pretty bad tragedy that only wrapped up about... that hasn't wrapped up. The Kalkin negotiated a ceasefire that's been going on.
Well, that's
too hard to summon a demon. Hell, actually, I'm capable of summoning a demon myself, but due to religion, I've never attempted it.
Marcus was a member of a Gendenthal. Ayla's taught Marcus magic. Gendenthal was the religion practiced by the Red Axe when the Crimson Crusade started. The pieces are there. We don't have the evidence.
We don't have a piece that links the other pieces that we know should go together.
Yeah, but I know a man that's been looking into it.
Is the man close to what we're going to be heading to for weapons?
He shows up and he damn well pleases.
I have an idea, though.
So that way I can keep an ear out for him.
His name's Kyrus Matthew, and if you see him and I'm not around, tell him to shove it.
Noted. Almost right to note.
Mel takes a mental image. Oh, and in case... Mary's going to ask around the group and say, for in case something like this happens again, do you mind if I mark everyone's sense memory? So that way I can at least find you all if we get separated or something goes wrong.
That's fine. On the subject of summoning, there's something I might be able to do, but I would have to prepare it, so it'll have to wait till tomorrow.
That's fine. We have 4 days.
Again, he's also asking...
Well, I said we want to do stuff today.
Yeah, no, he's also asking Father and Rael if they're willing to let him commit their sense to memory.
Over what range can you track a scent?
I can track it over 60, just a little over 60 feet.
Wait, that's it?
Right. Yep, Rael mods.
Yeah.
Hey, it helps if somebody's trying to hide from you.
Yeah, it's good for cover. Not much better than your just actual visual.
Yeah, no, it's actually a little bit over my... I think. No, actually my vision's better. Ironically, I feel like I should have better sense of smell considering...
when you roll it relating to your smell, you roll with advantage.
Yeah.
When you roll with your vision, you just make a normal one. Like, you used your ears earlier to try and listen. That was a regular check. If you're trying to, smell them, that would have been with advantage.
Anything that will lead you to it, I can basically leapfrog towards you, including some tracks. And so Maro's going to commit Rael, Weston as well. Weston, Rael, Alna, and Father A to memory as well.
And Weston is going to like when you guys are like talking about this, he's gonna say, so she has something to do with the Crimson Crusades? I knew the Bertolfs were dealing with something, but demons. He shivers.
But not all of them. Mariana has nothing to do with. I doubt Respis did either. Don't go spreading rumors, werewolf.
That sounded like a threat too, and he's gonna say yes, my lord.
Yeah, it is.
Weston, I have not forgotten your request to help you search for your family, and it is on my mind, and we'll continue to try and find more information for you.
Have you gotten a chance to talk to Kiro?
On that one soon.
Weston?
Who?
Have you gotten a chance to talk to my friend Kiro?
And he's going to shake his head. She's been out of town for the day. It is the start of the 11th day. And he's going to say, no, it's... as soon as I do, though, I'm very interested to learn more of your clan.
She would have more contacts than me. Well, more up-to-date contacts. Mine are a bit... how do you say...
out of date?
out of time. As I have not been in my clan for a while. She's been keeping me up to date with my family. Specifically my mother.
Weston's gonna nod, and he's gonna say, I really want to look, but also, I promise, Master Oro, I'd do my duty. He's gonna point to the doors and say, I'm supposed to be one of the guards helping the Magnate's Knights. Is there anything else you need of me?
To keep your chin up and try your best not to get caught being in trouble.
He's gonna nod and say, and as soon as I can, I will be happy to search with you all. He bows and says, I wish I could have been of more help with this, with Alis's magic.
Oh, you will plenty of help. For what you know is limited, it's still better than nothing. Don't forget that.
Armor up and go get on duty.
He bows and he's gonna head out of the mess hall.
So perhaps the plan for the morning is, once I get more information from Anadelia about where to start looking, I'll start searching for Octavia and Joseph, and Father Anderson, you can talk to your contacts, and maybe we'll meet up at midday.
Does Father A know where the Twilight Thing likes to hang out at?
No, we would go. No, so we would go talk to Anadelia. No, I think he said Ryle will go ask Anadelia if there's a way to narrow down the search.
Yeah,
So,
I was asking.
And then I was gonna go talk to Galay.
Yeah, I was asking if Father A specifically knew, because didn't you guys bump into them before?
We did bump into specifically Joseph when we were looking with Thalin.
Do you remember where you bumped into them? Because it was something you guys did. If you remember it, I'll just give it to you. If not, I'm gonna say it's a history.
I don't remember the name of the tavern because I want to say it was. I want to say it was the tavern before the one with the.
The tavern before the one with the horrors. Yes, you're getting closer. I'm gonna move the DC down to 13. But if you remember the region, I can point it out on the map for you. Otherwise, if you remember it, you remember it.
I believe it was in the. It was in. Well, I'm gonna.
Was it nearby where the?
It wasn't the city. It wasn't the city proper. It was either the Palace District or an Eileen. I'm pretty sure.
And I can't give guidance because I don't know that Father Ace.
It was in this region, but
13.
13.
13. It was a inn by the name of the Magnate's Falcon in the Palace District.
There we go. We can start looking at the Magnate's Falcon. We ran into Joseph there not too long ago.
Perhaps we should all go there together in case a raid is worthwhile.
Almost definitely.
Alright, is that where you guys want to end tonight on?
Yeah.
Or do you guys want to roleplay some more?
I mean, I don't know. Do we... So...
I mean, like,
I
I'm
guess
just wanting to go to the shop for...
Do we want to go see Galay first? Or do we want to go potentially provoke a fight with the vampire?
I will tell
first,
you guys this.
I want to do this at the end of the session so that we don't have to do it next session. I want to go shopping.
Yeah.
Because I have some things I need to do. Also, I don't have any I don't have any of my starting currency written down apparently.
Don't worry, I have 1,700 gold.
So, well, it's important mostly because I don't want to borrow. One of the materials I need is very pricey. And
what would you spend your loot points on?
I don't think I spent any of my loot points.
Okay, so hold on, let me...
Not for Alma. I kind of just jumped in.
No gear.
Alma came in here with no gear. And
well, like, I sent you... Okay, so I sent you on Discord 2 spells that I plan on preparing.
Yeah, I saw those spells. So you have 14 loot points. If you look at the loot table, I'll just say you can withdraw those as currency from like a ruby vault. 10 loot points are worth 600 gold and 900 rupees. Loot points, you get half your value in tangible stuff and half your value in stuff that is barterable. So the rupees can go up or down in value depending on who you trade them with, and the 600 gold's pretty much set. So you can spend 10 and you'll have 600 gold and 900 ruby pieces. And then you have 4 loot points left. If you want
600 gold and 900 ruby pieces?
Yes. If you want to spend the 4 your last 4 loot points, you can add 200 more gold and 275 more ruby pieces.
Again, way more than Meros used to because of on how much gold he...
I really just need money. I don't need any...
Alright, you can add
items.
200 more gold and 275 more ruby pieces.
So what's my total? Because I missed specifically
800
the ruby.
gold and 1,175 ruby pieces. You can put the ruby pieces in place of platinum, because I will never give you guys platinum, because I don't like doing the math.
Plat.
Alright.
We'll never do platinum, because we're not that good at
go shopping for some very expensive materials.
75. 1,175.
75.
Also, yeah, and Mero is going. Mero, I'm going to be planning on spending my loot points for some magical items, actually.
Okay.
And or a companion, because I'm debating on how much a specific companion might be useful for. Mero is actually useful with that.
We can handle shopping in between sessions in text. I know.
Okay. Well, like, if we're not going to do anything else but shopping for the rest of the day, and then like start everything, I'm going to start switching out spells.
Did you... Okay, was there anything you guys wanted to do for tonight before we end? Because I feel like that's a fine place to end on. Because another campaign has ended charging into the Magnate's Falcon.
Oh, so we might all of a sudden be fighting with like another group. It's like,
don't worry, they
all
lived.
of you to look at... They live. Which one of them is alive still, please? Tell me.
Also, again, by the way, Magnate's Falcon, by the way, I'd like to point out, with that, how many days are we behind of every other group?
Whatever, dude.
Bye.
They all do their shit in the Lil Nagai. Okay, in 4 days, guess what? Group B killed a bunch of undead and yelled at an orc in a country you don't care about. Group C decided to march to their death to our country 4 days from now. Group A is tearing themselves apart in a country you don't care about.
Everybody cares about a Lil Nagai. It's at the
Now, that being said, Group A has orchestrated our own demise because Weston's third cousin is about to show up with a jade statue containing Ariana's granddad, and I just guaranteed that she was in town.
Congratulations, Rob.
Whose side are you on? Not your own.
If anything, I'm on my own side. If the granddaughter wasn't there, he might kill me. Happy birthday, bitch! Bane!
My God.
Yeah. So we can end there for the night. Let's see. Experience. Major events tonight. Finally, somebody questioned Alis. Was just like, should we let Alis have free reign with the magnate? Probably.
You're welcome, world.
Yeah, because. Anyways, I will talk about that after the session. Questioning Alis, definitely getting Ariana to stay in town and just maybe I shouldn't let my mage that nobody really trusts just perform weird unknown magic on me. Let's see, any other, character growth in Anadelia, because she was definitely getting baby crazy of just I want that kid. It's
right? It's holy... calm yourself! Holy shit!
We know that we know that you want children.
You don't want opposite. You don't want children.
Well, it's complicated because she's in a lesbian relationship, and it's basically medieval Europe. The only way she's gonna get a baby is if, I don't know, she lets her, now that I'm thinking about it, she could just fuck Brock.
Why would anybody want to do that, though?
Because it's basically Rachel with a Y chromosome. It's the closest you can get to having the right child.
Fair. I'm going to give you major experience, too, I'm going to give you minor experience for the conversation with Anna Estelle.
I am wrecking it up, baby!
I don't remember what you guys talked about, but I feel like she gave you guys some useful information.
Killing vampires, that whole weird semi-flirtatious thing we do where we acknowledge that I'm a crazy murderer.
Yep. And
I was gonna need to become a little bit of a cockblock with that.
Oh, apparently. And I'm gonna give you guys minor EXP for Marrow and Rael and Father Anderson having a conversation so, where are you guys from? Well, I killed people. Well, no. Father Anderson specifically didn't say he killed people, in jail.
We had a lot of conversations.
Why were you
around
still
all the
in
murders
jail?
I've committed.
So, 3 major events, and,
statue.
Oh, yeah.
The statue.
I'm gonna give you guys minor for that. So, I'm gonna go, let's see, 1,000, 1,500, 9,000, 3,900 experience for tonight.
I did it! I'm level 12!
3,000...
Oh, bathe in my destruction!
900?
Yes.
I'm never gonna get to see that level 12, though.
Okay, I realize that my XP is majorly off, because that only says 14. 430, so I need to add the amount of XP for being a level 11.
I normally don't do this, but I am going to blanket, inspiration for everybody. Marrow gets it just in general. Marrow always has really great roleplay.
Marrow's always being inspired.
Father Anderson and Anadelia's hissing competition of just what are you doing? What are you doing, woman? What are you doing?
Hey, I leveled up to 12 too.
Alma gets it for his augury in the morning and bringing that information.
Are we all
morning.
level 12 now?
No, we still get inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration.
Well, no, I'm adding up XP because I think I hit level 12.
Wait, what's level 12 in terms of XP?
I very much doubt it.
100,000 is level 12.
Oh, okay, I'm close actually.
And Rael gets it for the statue moment and for just general roleplay with the party and talking to Meryl. I'm just like, could you not push? And then your guys' next session. That's it. Your next session is on the auguries and going through that process. Because you could have just said, I cast the spell, but you roleplayed it out, which I respect.
Okay.
And your guys' next session is going to be on the 9th. Is everybody going to be able to make that?
That should be fine.
Okay. I'm going.
I'll double check. I'll come back to you on that. I think I should though.
Okay, I'm going to try and make it a little bit long. That way we don't have to go an extra episode. But
do we want to start at 6 on that one then, or
maybe because you guys are teeter-tottering on your climax of just like all you got to do is pick a villain and go confront them. You guys
have multiple villains.
Yeah, you guys have enough information.
We can pick a fight with A-list. We can pick a fight with Chosa.
Yeah, you guys have enough information to like accuse A-list of some pretty mean things, and then you have enough information like, well, Lady Nakart told you the Twilight Fang is bad news. So
bad news bears, and can get the army of bear, the bear family to get with him and just go. Let's have them.
I'm not actually going to be level 12 for that fight.
It always works out that way.
Rob, I know your pain way too well.
You don't know my pain.